always tells me to smile and put on a happy face. When I was a little boy, everyone laughed at me. Well, no one's laughing now.
Okay. You ready to do this?
Let me know when you want to start.
We're starting right now. I'm putting you on the
Alrighty.
clicker. All right, because I'm thirsty. Okay. So welcome, Mr. Javier Ruiz or Ruiz?
Whatever. Close enough, brother.
Which one do you like?
I'm used to my name being butchered since I was a little Nino.
Little Nino. Okay, well, welcome to the 102nd podcast of Brett's with Friends. My old Delmartian. You are the first Delmartian I've had on here, besides myself.
You know, this is the first time I've been on a blog or whatever you call this in my life. I've never done
This is a newspaper. This is a newspaper. Javino.
It's a play on words. My old boss made it up. Javier and Vino.
Ah.
We had two Javiers. One was in shipping. One was on the floor. So he started calling me Javino, and I kind of adopted it.
We should make some shirts. We should make some Javino shirts.
Anyway.
Just a fun thing.
Good to see you, buddy.
You too, man. Thanks for coming on. So we're gonna do like a little past, present, and future. Can you tell me, because you're in the wine industry, besides being a very talented photographer?
Well, thank you. Too kind.
Well, it's true. So I don't have to make anything up. So I knew you back in high school, and
Seventh grade.
And who would have thunk that? How many years later, class of '88, that we'd reconvene?
I'm too old to do math.
Oh well, it's something. It's been a while.
In the wine business.
Well, it's been a while. So tell me, did you grow up in the Bay Area? Let's talk about little Javino. I know you went to high school. Just a little backstory.
I'll give you the quick version. It's I think you and I met in junior high school. Back when we were just, going through puberty. We had high-pitched voices, and from Campbell, and then going to high school in San Jose. I've been here my whole life. With the exception of living in Toronto for a short stint and Seattle for art and film school, I've been here my whole life. And now I'm in beautiful Marin County, very woodsy, beautiful, gorgeous. No, I've kind of been around the Bay Area. I've always envied those people who move around a lot. Like, I won't mention their names, but I have a certain female friend who we grew up with, who she's in London for 2 years, and then New York for 2 years, and then like Barcelona for 5 years, and then back to the States, and never misses a beat. And I'm like, God, I wish I could be more like that. Just we're all brave in our own way, but I really admire that, that bravery people have, that nomad lifestyle. So cool.
You just got through traveling though too.
I did. I went to Europe. My lady and I broke up after 8 years, off and on. And so I said, you know what? I'm going to go to Europe for 3 weeks. I extended it to 3.5 weeks. And I did like 7 countries in that time. It was amazing.
You went through Amsterdam?
Flew into Amsterdam, yeah. Met some great friends. I met a couple friends for life on the first day, actually. And then from there, I took the train. I got a Eurail pass, and I just had a small carry-on backpack, very minimal, so I can just move at my own leisure, And then from there, I went to Bruges, which was freaking amazing. It was just like a fairy tale. Bruges.
Where's that?
It's Belgium. It's just west, about an hour west of Brussels, I believe. And there's, it was kind of illuminated by the movie In Bruges with Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson. It's a great movie. You got to check it out. And that's kind of, put that in my head. But I don't think anybody knew about it until that movie came out, unless you're like a total world traveler or living.
Are you talking about the shrines of Runa Sharn? What's it called?
Yeah.
What was that movie called? What was the Sales of Rhoda Shannon, or what was that?
No, not that movie, but the same actor, one of the same actors, yeah. Okay. But it was fantastic. And then from there, I went to Germany, which was amazing for 20 years. See, I've been in the wine business for 23 years. I want to go to Rhine Valley, Germany, their wine country, for forever, probably for like 15 years. And kind of got reacquainted with some really good world-class Rieslings, which is what they're known for. So there's Mosel River, and then there's the Rhine River, or rather, Rhine River, Mosel River. It's kind of like going to Napa, Sonoma, you know.
Okay. Yeah.
Spent time in each one, small villages, and I wanted to go in late March because I'm all about traveling in the off season.
Yeah.
Cheaper, less crowds. You can be spontaneous, you know, and you can roll into any village almost anywhere in Europe and get an accommodation, you know. Whereas June, July, August, forget about it. You know, you got to make reservations. You got to be more regimented, you know, which kind of sucks, but you know, whatever.
Okay, I want to continue. We're gonna take a little cliff note because you sent me this beautiful, gorgeous bottle.
Oh yeah.
Of wine, and we're gonna drink wine, and I'm getting thirsty. So we're gonna do this proper from a really proper. Right. Which you got the same one, right? Boom, boom. How do you pronounce this?
Amayan.
Amayan. And why did you pick out this wine for the podcast?
Well, it's a couple reasons. Accessibility. Malbec is massively appealing. It's easy. It's probably not expensive, probably under $20. It looks like a nice fancy bottle, right?
I thought you were going to tell me it's like a fucking $150 bottle of wine. I was like,
I should have said that for later. I blew it, but well, you know, I want something approachable and easy, and it's easy to get. If I tell you where to get it later, you can do so.
And this is a 2019 Malbec.
Yeah, and they're Southern Hemisphere, so you got to realize they're a season. We're removed by a season, them and us. It's grown in the altitude of, I think it's Valle de Uco. Probably mispronouncing it. Sorry, Argentinians. It's 1,200 meters. 1,000 meters is what? 3,500, about 4,000 feet, I'd say, almost 4,000 feet. Mm-hmm. So it's high altitude fruit, which is kind of cool, kind of nice, and a single vineyard. So let's open it.
Okay.
Last time I saw you, I was kind of cracking up at. Oh yeah, you got it right on. So you take your take the blade.
Okay. So I did it wrong right off the bat. I opened everything up like a. I'll do this. We're gonna do this properly. We're gonna do this properly.
So the outcome is, okay, get the blade right. So grab the bottle, and you're gonna go under the foil, not on top. So you're gonna go. You see that?
Yeah.
Okay. So carefully. Here's how I do it. Just carefully go around. Don't cut your fingers. Okay.
Yeah, I was a bartender for a while.
And then it looks like this when you do it right. Looks like that.
So I'm gonna pull up.
And then
what did I do wrong?
You got it, man. Let's see now.
I've opened up a bottle of fucking wine.
Probably go around the left time. So what do? You just go around a few times so you feel it come loose. Once it comes loose, you can just pop it off. All right.
This is my first time.
Not in a hurry, brother.
No, this is the 5 hour. I just do it this way. Oh, okay. So I did it wrong already.
You would have failed your SOM test, by the way, but it's okay. You don't fail with me.
Oh.
He's used my friend.
Why is this so difficult? What the fuck?
It's difficult. I've just done it 1,000 times.
Yeah, you made it look really easy. I've opened wine before. There
you go. Let's see the beautiful. Now just take the excess oil off, okay? Because you don't want to drip over that. You don't want to pour over that. Okay, and take this, stab it in the middle.
You don't puncture it first? You don't get a little dimple?
No, you can, but time for that.
Pussies. Okay, so
I do mine about 3/4 in, okay?
Oh, really?
Ever?
So 3/4?
Yeah, about a little more, maybe one more twist. There you go. And you're gonna use this first hinge here. Hook it there, bring it halfway up. Okay. Move it to the second hinge and go all the way up again. And then
because you don't want to break the glass.
You don't want to break the cork.
Or the glass. Have you ever had it where the glass actually?
You don't need to smell the cork. That's old school, but I just smell it. Doesn't smell like it's good. It's not corked. It's not tainted. Okay. I like to take the cork off and set it down on end.
Okay.
All right. Grab your vessel.
Now wait. Now this is the thing that I wanted to talk to you about because I remember you telling me a while. I asked you what the proper amount of time before opening and pouring is. So are we cheating by doing this?
Yes and no. It depends. You know, I mean, sometimes I like to honor the bottle. Sometimes I just want a damn glass of wine. So what I do is just pour
like this up
about a taste. Yeah, just Yeah. And sometimes I will not even sniff it or taste it for like 15 minutes. It's just a me thing. I'll be cooking or I'll be,
Am I doing? Is this proper to be doing this? Is this proper to be doing this?
well, yeah, just swirl it. It's not a big deal. It's just, I don't get too much into it, I'm not a snob.
Yes.
So, it smells fantastic. Yeah, it smells great, right?
It's really nice.
Kind of raisiny.
A hint of yeah. It's very soft. It smells soft.
It is. I've had it before recently. I wanted to try it before I sent this out to you. So I want to make sure it's an approachable, good bottle.
So is this your second bottle today that you're drinking?
Yeah, today in the last hour.
Okay.
No, last week. Before I shipped it to you, I wanted to try it first.
Okay.
So what I tell people is, like people who want to learn, like you and I hanging out, it's like, babe, just drink it.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you want to learn, what I tell people is I like to first you sip it to get a reference, okay? To me, that's like shaking your hand, okay? Right on. We just met, shook your hand, okay?
Ooh, that's
and,
great.
And then when I do this, when I sip it a second time, I suck a little oxygen into my mouth and I swish it back and forth a little bit, back and forth, up and down. To me, that's like having a more intimate conversation over like a half-hour time. You're getting to know the wine.
Like
what I mean by that, you're really testing the acid, the fruit, the alcohol, and the tannins. Okay, it's kind of like you're looking for a balance. If I get all fruit like sugar, no tannins, no acid, that's not a balanced wine. And the analogy I use is that's kind of like going to a rock show, like a small venue, right? And you hear nothing but drums, and you can barely hear the vocalist, you can barely hear the bass, you can barely hear the guitar. All I hear is drums. That's not a balanced sound check. Somebody screwed up on the sound check on that one, right?
Yeah.
So I only get fruit, no tannins, no acid, no alcohol. Somebody screwed up in the winemaking. So you kind of get the four elements, just like in music, in a way, in a rock band.
Okay,
that makes sense.
So this is sort of like making out. This is the making out portion of the wine.
Well, yeah, but I just don't use my tongue.
Yeah.
So here's what I do. It looks like this, okay? Looks like this. Wow. Now you get the acid, you get the components, you get everything, right? Because you're really sipping it. So it's like listening to a stereo low, like a high-end speakers, right? In your stereo system, if you're an audiophile.
Yeah.
Low sounds pretty good. When you blast it at a good level, you hear all the notes. You're like, okay.
Yeah.
Now I get it. To me, that's the same thing what we're doing. So
cheers. Oh, we didn't even cheers. Cheers. Clink.
I'm gonna pour a little more.
Is that the proper? Like, is that about the?
Whatever you feel like drinking.
Like, what's a restaurant? Because sometimes you look like you get a lot in the restaurant.
4, 5, 6 ounces. Depends who pours it for you, really.
And is it supposed to do this where it doesn't drip out the thing or that thing? That was that a thing at one point?
Not that I'm aware of. There's no rule. It's just I pour at a comfortable level at home because I want to be able to swirl it.
Yeah.
And over the next 15 minutes, you're gonna the wine's gonna open up. It's gonna soften up. It's gonna be more approachable, if you will. And another analogy I make is this wine's a few years old, right? So it's been in bottle for 4 years, right?
Yeah.
So if you've been in a coma for 4 years, and you wake up and you come to, are you going to be more Brett after 1 minute or after 1 hour when you kind of expand and you kind of
it's like a butterfly.
Kind of get your bearings,
It's like a butterfly coming. It has to spread its wings. It has to, wake up.
It's got to decompress, basically.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
Good. So what's the difference between a Malbec in a nutshell and like your Pinot? Can you give us a breakdown in a quick little form of the differences between? And I don't usually go into whites as much, but if you could tell why a white is different than a red, besides the fact that one's refrigerated, go into some detail about stuff like that.
I'll keep it brief. We can wax intellectual for hours, but
wax, baby, wax on, wax off.
So I will. Okay, so Malbec is one of the Bordeaux varietals. Okay, in Bordeaux you have Cab Franc, Cab Sauv, Malbec, Merlot, Petit Bordeaux. Those are the 5 major Bordeaux varietals. Okay, and sometimes, like in Bordeaux in France, you see them blended. Sometimes it's a blend of all 5, or just 2 or 3, or what have you. Okay, depending on the region, depending on the winemaker, and depending on what maybe that vintage gives you. In Argentina, they do a lot. Sometimes they'll blend this with other stuff, like their proprietary red from the winery. But more times than not, you see it on its own. And Malbec it thrives in Chile and Argentina. It's always a good value. So it's one of the 5 Bordeaux varietals. Okay. On the other hand, Pinot is what we call Burgundy, red Burgundy, because in Burgundy you have Pinot Noir, red Burgundy, Chardonnay, white Burgundy. Okay. Because in France they name their grapes, their bottles, after the region, not necessarily the varietal. And here we do the opposite. So if someone says, "Hey, give me white Burgundy," you know it's a Chardonnay. So there's a Pinot Meunier, but that's more of a blending grape they use for champagne.
What are the major differences in the flavor? And is it the same alcohol content? Like which ones you need?
Malbec's typically a little higher. But then again, if it's a cool climate, then it really depends on the climate. Nowadays, global warming and alcohol is going up in all wines around the world, actually. It's been happening for just a couple of years, actually. So Pinot is typically more elegant, less tannin. It's all about fruit and acid. It's more about the beginning and the finish, not much mid palate. You take another wine like Syrah, mostly mid palate, which is why Syrah is more of a. It's like type of blood. You can you can mix it with almost any red, to make it a little more. It's like adding distortion to a rock song, or auto tune, if you will. I like to use an analogy so people understand,
Yeah. The difference.
So,
do you like a white wine? Like what's
I love all wines,
I mean, that's a silly question. I mean, but like, so out of the reds, what are you, when you're drinking a white, what are you getting out of the white that you're not getting in the red?
Just a different thing. Whites typically are higher acid, which is great when you have like certain foods, like seafood, especially if it has some cream sauce in it. You want that nice acidity from a Sancerre or Sauvignon Blanc from California that's really going to sear through that creaminess or the fat. Same thing with Cabernet. It's a great steak wine because when you have those tannins and acid, it kind of sears through the fattiness of the beef, which is why it's such a good pairing.
Yeah.
Like when I'm at home, I really get into it, but when I'm out, I'm like, I just do my best. I don't really take it too seriously. I'm aware of it, but
yeah, you're there to have a good time. Like my friend Cindy Camp Papagliano,
what
but she did a wine thing in San Francisco for like a long time, where she sold wine to these people, and then once in a while somebody would come in that would just come because they're from the company, but they didn't say that, and they just give her just the whole, they want her to know the whole thing. She does, but it's like people are kind of snobby when they are kind of do that.
Yeah, that's a whole another story in itself. I'm trying to find the do not disturb mode so no one calls, and so hang on.
Yeah, I need to do that too.
I just did it on my cell phone, do not disturb. Yeah, that's, what, it's when you're working at a high-end restaurant as a higher end som, and I get it completely, because when people come in and they're buying $100 or $200 or $500 bottle of wine, whether it be a special occasion or not, they want to know about it. They want to know, they want to be educated, and rightfully so. Some people, just give me the best, or because to me there's label drinkers, give me Opus One or Silver Oak or Screaming Eagle, great wines, but $500. I'm like, I'd rather buy 2 cases of wine instead, but that's just me. So there's some people drink the label, they want to show off, and some people just are really truly care about, what's inside the bottle, regardless of the label. They want to. I'm more about boutique-y wines, finding that diamond in the rough, because anybody can find a $80, bottle of wine that wows me. But find me the one that's 20, 25, 30. That's talent. That's where that cool searching and digging, you know, that the artistry comes in my opinion.
Yeah, it pays off. You find a good batch that happens. I've been wanting to get my fucking Buffalo on a bottle of red for years, but what is that?
Do it.
What's that?
You can do it.
I can do it, but I even talked to some guys in Oregon. But you have to buy like a pallet. How does that work? How can you? Because you're basically buying the QR code.
Sorry to cut you off.
No,
you can do what's called private label. Okay, and that's some wineries offer it, some do not. Sometimes you're buying into their juice, which can be expensive. Sometimes they're setting aside some juice that might be a little bit inferior, and you're buying it for like, you know, $6 to $10 a bottle, or depends what you want to do. Depends the quality you're after. And then some have a minimum of like 1 pallet, which is 50 plus cases. Others will say, you know what, we'll do it on 10 cases for you, you know. So it just really depends on the winery and the relationship you may have with them. So
yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that off camera because
we will. I can probably hook it up for you.
But that'd be so sweet because that thing would take off.
Yeah.
Like
I know a person or two in the industry.
Nice, good. Well, we'll talk. I can't believe I haven't mentioned that before. But okay, so growing up, like when did you know that you wanted to get into the wine business? Because you're doing photography, yeah, baby.
That's funny. I really chuckle.
did I give you? You should have just went did the spit take.
Oh, that's happened before. Go through my nose. Another story. What do you think? It's really opened up a lot. It's nice.
Yeah, it's nice. It's very flavorful. It's not. It seems. It's not. It's very subtle. It's delicious. It's not overpowering. It's just kind of a mellow. Yeah, it's mellow. It's good. It's gonna be fucked up as well. So this is great.
It's yeah. I like the texture. It's great texture. It's phenomenal value, which is why Argentina, Brett, is always a good value. You know,
Argentina. Always bet on Argentina.
The quality in California, you're spending $30, $40 easily, which is why I bought a case of this. Okay. But I need to don't buy more because then you kind of get tired of that. So what I do is I drink a few, then put a few away, gift a few. You know, what have you. You got 2, right? I sent you 2.
I got 1.
Really? Shut up.
No, I got 1.
I sent you 2 bottles.
Oh, well, I got 1 of them.
You're joking. Oh, but you should have another one.
Maybe they'll come tomorrow.
Shake the box. Anyways.
Well, no, there's just 1 box.
I'll talk to the shipper. It should have been 2.
Okay.
One's bad. You open the other one. Anyway, so to your question, what was what made me realize or what have you?
Yeah, get into the when I go into the industry because it's a very niche and very specific industry.
Absolutamente. So I went to Toronto, Canada, for a couple reasons. I just got done working for the Sharks hockey team, and I had this thing I really wanted to learn how to play hockey, and I also wanted to go see about a girl. Okay, what amazing love of my life back then. I was young and a little dumb, as we all were.
Young, dumb, and full of cum, baby.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
You got it. It's like you got to
pull up. Yeah, that doesn't really apply to me. I hope not. So I told myself I'm going to come back when I either run out of money or figure out what I want to do with my life. Okay. And we were grounded in San Jose Airport, meaning something's wrong with the plane. It's like I think it's June. It was scorching hot. We were baking in there because no AC going on. And so we're grounded for over an hour. And people are getting restless. Well, this one self-important, total corporate hack, suit and tie guy, pacing back and forth, just complaining and bitching and just, Mr. Important's got to be somewhere. He's got to attend his merger or some shit like that. Mm-hmm. So me and after an hour, him, just talking shit and just being a freaking diva, me and one other person near me pretty much said, dude, you need to sit down and shut up like everybody else, we're in the same boat here, literally. So he looks at me, gives me a dirty look, and
you told him that? You told him that?
Yeah. Me and some other guys, we kind of said, dude, why don't you shut up? We're tired of hearing your shit, And I was mouthy then. I was younger, and cocky, whatever. So lo and behold, he looks at me, looks at the other guy, and before he can rebuttal, a few people say yes, thank you, and yeah, no kidding, like kind of, he looked around and realizes, okay, I'm being that guy, that idiot, that the a-hole. I need to just, so he calmed down. Well, it turns out he is pissed because not only is he grounded, but he got bumped out of first class somehow. I don't know how that happened. It was back then. I don't know how things work then. So guess who they seat him next to?
Perfect.
I was like, oh shit. So I scoot over one, and he puts this. I'm like, you want to put your stuff in the middle because he's got a computer, all this,
Oh, he hates you right now.
So we're getting ready to board. We were getting ready to go, and we sit down, and he turns to me. He says, "Excuse me, sir." I'm like, "Yes." I'm like, "Shit, this guy's big. I don't realize how big he was, And he goes, "Hey, I'm sorry if I was being rude. I'm Charles. Charles. Never forget that, Charles." And I say, "Hey, no problem. I'm Javier. And he goes, "Hey, people, I'm sorry if I was rude. I apologize." I gave him credit.
Go, shut up! And then, like,
Gave him credit. He was cool about it, and I really gave him credit. And I thought I got respect, for that guy at that moment. And so we started chatting, and he starts asking me a bunch of questions, and it turns out he's the CEO of a company. And I thought, this guy's brilliant. He's a CEO for a reason. And someone like that, gives you his time. You freaking milk it, And he starts probing, like, so what do you do? I'm like, well, I'm a photographer, and I have my portfolio with me. I used to carry it with me when I traveled. It was like about the size of a laptop. And he's thumbing through it, and he's loving it, and then he asked me what I was doing. And I'm like, yeah, just, I'm not working right now. I'm just going to Toronto to go see about a girl, learn to skate and learn to play hockey and whatnot, and just have fun, and
yeah,
maybe for the whole summer.
Eat some back bacon.
Something, yeah. Eat some poutine. And yeah, I love Canada. I've been there like 15 times. So anyway, so he says, let me buy you a drink. What do you feel like? I'm like, oh, I'm going to do a wine. And so that sounds good. Me too. So he calls a stewardess over. Back then, you can say stewardess, now it's probably offensive, whatever. Travel attendant for those PC people out there, for the sensitive.
Maybe I'll put like the common, what the word of that is today up on the screen, the proper word. I'll put it like a flat thing on the cross.
There you go.
So we're politically correct. I want to make sure everybody's
politically right. Correct. So
I want everybody to be woke and happy.
Fuck that. Anyways, go cry to mama. Anyway, so I asked the stewardess, I said, what kind of wines do you have? And she goes, sweet old lady. She's so sweet, and probably getting ready to retire, and she's just super sweet, and I have a soft spot for old people, my grandma and whatnot. Yeah. And she's, well, we got rosé, we got white, we got red. I'm like, oh, okay. I kind of internally chuckled, and I'm like, you know what? I'll do one of each. And the guy next to me, he giggles, I'm like, I'm serious, dude. I'm getting one of each.
Yeah.
He goes, oh, okay. I'm like, we can share it. Since you're buying, we'll share it. I was okay. So we start with each wine, and I'm kind of like, tasting them, and I'm doing my thing, because I loved wine back then, even though I wasn't really in the business. And even high school, I drank wine a lot of times. So
I used to drink wine in elementary school.
Really?
Yeah. No.
Your dad's wine?
No. I did used to drink a whiskey out of the cat bowl, though, as a child. I don't know what the hell that was going on. I thought it was a cat.
That's just, yeah.
Wow. I remember the little float, the cat food floating in the whiskey in the cat bowl. I'd be
you're not kidding. I thought you were messing with me.
No, that's true, actually.
Wow. Well, that explains it, folks.
So much.
Explains so much.
Anyway,
so this guy basically was saying, well, you know what? He kept butchering my name. So, you know what, Javier or Javier or whatever.
Javier.
Which is fine. Try it, whatever. So, after I correct you once, you're on your own. So, he's like, you know what? You should get in the wine business. You seem to love wine. You already know you love to travel, you said, and you're a photographer. You should get a job in the wine business because it kind of encompasses a lot of things. Like, you love to cook, you love food, and it encompasses, a little bit of travel, hopefully some photography, this and that and the other. It just seems like up your alley, And just this light bulb went off in my head, And I thought, holy shit, this would be a-hole, this guy who started off to be a total asshole, help me get my career going. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to do it. And because I said I'm going to come back home when I figure out what I want to do with my life and or run out of cash. He says, okay, should I have the pilot turn the plane around, the jet around?
Yeah.
Hey, pilot, he knows what he wants to do. Turn the jet around. We're landing.
Yes.
He was touche, like pretty cool.
That's
so
wild.
Kind of how I got into it. And
if you hadn't spoken your mind that day,
I know, right?
That's a kind of a confirmation that you should be, speak your truth.
Maybe. I don't know. I would have handled a little more gracefully, and
yeah, you probably didn't handle it. I'm sure it didn't come off like tactful.
No, I was pretty hurt. I was pretty yeah.
There's this guy I know who's I won't say his name, but he's a filmmaker, and I guess apparently he told me this story once where he was they were with a group of people out in like the desert or something like that, and one of the cars like broke down, and one of the guys was flipping out, right, or trying to take command of the situation and do this, and let's all get together and do this, and the guy was kind of panicking, and my friend reached over. He's not really a friend, he's an acquaintance, but he reached over and patted the guy in the back and says, you know what, it's all right, I'll take care of everything, or something very condescending. You're doing fine, and something condescending, and that guy has a condescending way about him already. Okay. So I'm sure the guy fucking flipped out on him, but sometimes how you approach a situation,
of course,
I'm sure you're very tactful, but Kurt,
well, no, at that age in 2000, I was 23 years younger than that. Yeah, to when I had to be, but that moment I wasn't. I probably deserved to get a smack in the face, really. But it seemed like the right thing because we were just tired of this guy
he was amplifying
and complaining, and he's the only one. He's just bull in a China store syndrome, really.
Yeah.
And so when people concur, and the other guy kind of said it with me, like he kind of looked at me, looked around, and realized, okay, I need to reel it back. I need to reel it in, So.
Yeah.
But again, I give the guy credit. He apologized, and what, got a merger he's not going to make.
Changed your life. He was that's a pivotal moment in your life. That's a great story.
Yeah, absolutely. I wish it made me think of something. There was a photo of my whole family, 6 kids, mom and dad, self timer with the 110 camera with the big flash on it, little cube flash. Remember those?
Mm-hmm.
And all the kids had Martinelli's apple cider.
Oh yeah.
We took a family photo every year, and I think I was around 7 or 8. And there's one photo, and I can't find it, but I need to find it, where I reach over before the camera clicks, and I grab my dad's wine, and I'm sipping it, and the camera's me doing this.
Nice.
At 8 or 9 years old, or 7, probably 7, and I thought, wow, that was maybe where it started. I don't know. If I can't find it, I'm gonna actually have someone make a painting of it.
Yeah, you'll find it. You'll find it. So, like, are you still doing photography at all?
Absolutely. I'll never stop that.
And so, can you give us maybe we can put some images of your work. You can send me some images, and we can talk about them. Or what's your being we had film class or photography class. I'm sure we must have had that together or something, some facsimile thereof in high school.
The only A's I ever got in high school.
Dude, I did 2 photography classes.
Because I can play soccer and throw a football. Everything out was C's and D's and F's, but we won't go there.
You seem like you would have been such a good student.
No, dude. I'm
such a fine young man, not a smart ass at all. I remember you in high school. I remember you in high school. Because I remember you just got to, how in Del Mar, everybody was it was very, everybody was friends with each other. The goths, the the jocks, and everybody was. We were a very liberal school. It was very fun.
That's a good point. I never thought of it that way. I remember. Because years before it was cliquey, years after it was cliquey. There are even movies about it, right?
Yeah.
But we never really experienced that. We kind of bled over to each other. Sometimes we'd party with the skinheads or the punks or the smoking crowd. Smoking. What's the smoking zone? The quad.
That was the quad.
Yeah, and then the jocks. I was friends with some.
I was such a goody 2-shoes back then too. I was like, oh, they're smoking.
Oh, you were. I remember that. Your little Your
I
little
was odd. I was
Your
odd.
little Renault. That
What's
Renault
that?
you had. A little French turd Renault, the little car you had.
Oh, mine. Probably that brown one.
It
Yeah,
was a Renault.
I thought
Renault
it was a
Science
Fiat.
or something like
Was
that.
it a Fiat?
No, it was a Renault. I remember that.
Oh god, I had a few cars. I had a look car. I had a look car.
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. It was one of those.
Yeah,
But I didn't have a car, so I had to envy yours. Like
really? You envied my car in high school?
I didn't have. Oh no, I did toward the end. I had a bitchin' Honda Accord 4-door, lime green,
I would never have thought that.
1983, 5-speed.
Wow. Well, I remember we used to. Yeah, that was a really fun time. Did you remember Mr. McLagan? Did you have art class?
Yeah.
And who did you do photography class with? I know this is.
I think it was Kamanya.
Okay. Right, like all the Dalmatians out there, we're gonna have to put this on Dalmatian bulletin board. People are gonna freak out. I'm trying to get. Do you know who I want to get on here? Who's elusive is Richie Rich. Remember Richie Eichhorn?
Last time I saw him, he was doing some Scottish thing. He was wearing this really cool kilt because I think he's Scottish, and he's in San Francisco, and he was just out and about, and I never really knew him. He always hung around the really cute girls,
Heather Red has become a real cult favorite. Your line has made a real impact, and everybody's really excited about this show.
We just love what we do. We love having fun, getting out on the runway, and hopefully the audience will be charged. And the girls and the guys here, the models are, I don't know, they're revs, and I'm excited.
You have some gorgeous gold lame, and of course, it really, really is a hot look.
I love metallics. I mean, this season we mixed up a lot of prints. Spring, summer, I love a lot because you can play with it, show a little bit more skin. The theme is Passport to Paradise, so it's a lot of hibiscus flower prints, florals, skulls, pirates, gypsies, cocktail parties, surfers, preppy girls. It's all over the board.
Oh yeah.
But I don't really know the guy. I just know of him.
It's funny. I just picked him up or looked him up on Instagram. He's quite the socialite. He's got quite a career.
Okay.
Anyways, so Del Mar, 1988, and you went to. I'm like jumping around a little bit, but did you end up going to Saratoga or De Anza or anything like that?
I spent a year with my dad in Arizona. I wanted to get away. Remember, you may not remember this, but I was a competitive cyclist.
But I think, well, there's large chunks of our lives
What happened?
Oh, are you running out of juice?
No, I just had an email come in. Sorry.
Okay. But there's large chunks of our lives that we didn't talk.
Of course.
And but I think if we've known.
Decade here, 5 years there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so funny how, I don't know. It's really, I'm glad that we're still friends.
Well, yeah, you and we worked together at Z Gallery. Remember that?
Oh shit.
I was killing it. That's when I knew I can sell, because it's art and I love art.
Oh, did we fucking I put Christmas on in the summertime there as an experiment, as a social experiment.
There was a really cool cat who reminded me of Lenny Kravitz. He turned me on to Lenny Kravitz named Devinder. You want to hear some horrible? I would never do this today. Only time I've ever done this. And he was such a cool guy. And I admired him. We were friends. But in the beginning, there was a girl that we both liked. And I think her name was Sherry. And I think she probably liked her more. Story of my life, she probably liked him more or whatever. And I actually told her that he was gay.
Oh. Cock block.
Totally. It was terrible. I'm
wow.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Nikki, and today we're going to talk about cock blocking. What is cock blocking? Who does it? And why? The definition of cock blocking is the prevention or hindrance of intercourse of someone who really wants to have intercourse. Who cock blocks? Everyone, actually. Are you watching this video in a room right now with two other people who are looking at you like they want you to leave? You're probably cock blocking right now, and you didn't even know it. Why do people cock block? Well, because we as human beings have a natural competitive instinct, and if we're not getting laid, neither are you. So when did cock blocking begin? Well, although there's no historical evidence to back this up, I strongly believe it started in the Cretaceous period, which was at the end of the Mesozoic era. It was during this time that dinosaurs roamed the earth. And they were wild party animals. They were having orgies, they were doing threesomes, they were smoking weed and doing lines of coke. It was a great time to be a dinosaur because mostly you'd just have tons and tons of dinosaur sex. Lots of kinky, dirty dinosaur sex. But you know who wasn't having any sex? A volcano. And he was really, really horny, and he wanted to get laid, but he was never invited to any of the dinosaurs' sex parties. So one day, he was like, fuck this, and he blew his load all over the dinosaurs, causing them to go extinct, making this the greatest cock block in the history of all time. And there you go! Now you know what cock blocking is. If you're curious about any other terms, be sure to post it in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you next time.
Bro, I was like 20 years old, 21 years old.
Dude, you're ruthless, man.
Oh, no, I'm not. It's just that one time, and that's what I'm saying. It stands out because it's just not like me. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not something I would do. But at the time, it seemed like the right thing to say, because he was feminine. He was kind of like, to me, I thought he might be gay. So to me, I was kind of like, I threw it out there because maybe it's true, and I like you,
No,
so
it didn't
date me. Neither one of us dated her. She ended up hooking up some guy at Macy's or some shit, or
wasn't the manager that really cute girl with like almond skin, Sandy?
yes, very good. She was a little older.
Yeah, she was. Woo!
Oh yeah, gorgeous. She was
Gorgeous.
flirty and sweet. She loved me and you because we can sell.
Really, that's a pop. I haven't thought about fucking Z Gallery and the mall
Yeah.
in like a billion years. And we fucking, dude, I think I could say this now, but when I left, man, I took a bunch of shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Such as? Well,
I took like some this metal stuff, like the shiny stuff that was always looked like it was like metal. It was like,
oh, you're not talking metaphorically, you're talking literally. He took he took something.
yeah.
I thought he took a rash of shit from the
Oh
company.
no, I didn't. Just little things here and there. There's probably a photo album, maybe a frame.
Oh, got it. You fucking klepto. Got it.
Yeah, but I don't steal shit ever.
Yeah, you liberated it. You adopted it. You rescued it. That's what you did.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah, true. That, and I still have some of those items today. And let's not spill the computer. But like yeah, Devinder Sandy was great. Where do we go from here? Like, how is the wine business right now? Like,
yeah.
well, you know what? Real quick before we do that, because tell me about what your photography is like now. We kind of.
Oh, sorry, we got
like,
okay.
Yeah, we got thrown up.
You and I have lots to talk about. We're good friends, and we can do this for hours. But, so back to photography. So that's how I got started. The guy in the jet. Okay, yeah. Charles. Thank you, Charles. Wherever you are, if you're still with us, I hope. I wish I had his card because a guy like that, man, is a guy you want to know. So, the industry has really changed a lot, in my opinion. I was really good at it, very successful. I've done everything from. Let me backtrack. Through his recommendation, he said, Javier, you should probably get a job at like a family-owned, smaller winery. And I'm like, my ears perk up. I'm like, well, why? Because this way you can learn about everything. You can work in the cellar. You can work in, you work in the tasting room. You can work in the vineyard. If you go somewhere corporate, you're gonna have one area and that's it. And I'm like, wow, how did he have that freaking foresight? How does he know that? Like, the guy's a CEO. The guy's been around, right? So I thought. Yeah. So I got a job at Savannah Chanel in Santa Cruz Mountains, and I was there for 2 years. I was like 2 days in the tasting room, 2 days in the cellar, only because I really built a really good rapport with the cellar master, who I'm friends with today. And I did, harvest, and then over a couple of years, I went to the natural progression is to work retail. And there is a job I had for a year. It was the worst year of my life. It was such a horrible company. I won't mention their name, but it's one of the two big houses out there. Horrible company. Met the CEOs probably 10 times. Still didn't know my name. Still didn't give a shit. I was just a number. But I was there to pay my dues, really. Mm-hmm. And then I went to a higher end shop, which is fantastic because a place called Wine Club Santa Clara. We were pumping out more wines through the veins of America than anybody in the United States between our three locations, with the exception of a company that was called Sam's of Chicago. I think it was Chicago or New York, one of those. Anyway, in those few years, 3 years I was there, I got to taste, like DRCs, multiple vintages. $800 to $1,500 a bottle worth, type of thing. Dom Perignons from different vintages going back to the 70s. Sauternes, Chateau Yquems going back to the 50s, 60s, and 70s and 80s. We got like a 10-year palette, Brett, in 1 year, meaning it would take your average like rich guy who loves wine 10 years what we can taste in 1 year. So that was the best training I had. It really developed my palate and appreciation for world wines. So anyways, I'm getting off track here. So my progression was, every job I had was a stepping stone. And but my favorite was probably being one of the sales managers for Gergich Hills. Mike Gergich is an icon, guy's a Hall of Famer, still alive. In fact, he just turned 99, if not 100.
Gergich, is that out of Marin County?
No, it's Napa, St. Helena.
Oh,
so Mike is a sweetheart. He's, was a friend for a while. We saw each other quite often, and I got some great memories with him. I've been to his house, drank wine with him, and if you ever read the book Judgment of Paris or the movie Bottle Shock with Chris Pine.
Okay.
And great cast, by the way. Not the best. It's kind of a quirky. It's a budgeted movie, but it's cute. It's good. It's fun. It's called Bottle Shock, and it's basically based off George book called Judgment of Paris. It's the event where we beat the French in a blind tasting, best white and best red in America, and it really put the map. It really helped put California on the map in the wine industry. It catapulted us, so to speak. And the one who made that white wine, the Chardonnay for Chateau Montelena, was indeed Mike Gergich. So he's got a big part, in the industry. So that was a fun job. I was there for a few years, and wines are freaking fantastic. I still drink them. Still an advocate for the winery, even though I've been removed 10 years. But the industry itself, being a distributor, did some importing, exporting, but mostly a little bit of education and training, whatnot. It kind of got homogenized before COVID. Kind of why I left for a little while. When I started, there was probably 10, 15 known distribution houses. Now there's probably 50. It just got so homogenized and watered down to the point where that fact, coupled with the high turnaround with buyers and SOMs and owners, like you built a relationship with somebody, and you're doing well, you're moving a ton of wine per quarter to that account. One day you go there, they're gone. No notice, nothing. Like shit, So very high turnaround. And then there was this thing of like this frickin' nepotism Olympics where, a lot of buyers were, what can you give me free this week? Or can I get Worse tickets? Can I get Sharks tickets? Can I get, Niner tickets? Like, dude, I'm not a big corporation. I'm a broker right now, or we're a small company, And what used to be, relationship based, kind of became, what can I get free from Javier this week? Price grinding and whatnot. It just took all the fun out of it. I thought, you know what? I think it's time to rethink things. But I always did have photography as a side hustle, always.
And what kind of stuff do you like to shoot?
Well, there's what gets, like for money, it's like you shoot events. Like I was doing between 2 to 5 shoots per month and making good money, being able to pay my bills and whatever and get by. But then, like any artist, not knowing when you're going to get a paycheck or whatnot, that's strictly why it was a side hustle for me. So, engagement photos, occasional wedding. I will never mark myself as a wedding photographer. But if it's someone I know, like a referral, I'm like, yeah, I've done them. I can do them. I don't know where else I can make 3, 4, 5 grand legally in one night. Notice I said legally.
Legally,
in one night,
yes.
For me, at least,
You don't want to do that old job again.
What's that?
You don't want to do that old job again.
No, photography?
No, what you had to do to make $5,000 in a night.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah. So
those days are gone.
Yeah. So, weddings are not my thing. It's a big responsibility, very stressful. Not only do you have to be a good photographer, we have to be able to handle people, wrangle people, anticipate shots, be good in post,
Yeah.
But over the years, it became, well, we only budgeted, $1,000 for our DJ and $500 for a photographer. And I'm just like, oh my God, really? You're going to pay your DJ $1,000? And that's not even tangible. It's like, he's going to do something and it's gone. That's it.
Yeah.
What I'm doing is going to last a lifetime, create memories,
Yeah.
$500. I'm like, or my favorite, we decided to put disposable cameras at each table. Wow. Woo, yeah, like drunkard photos, you know. I'm like, hey, have fun with that. Or my other favorite, well, my nephew's a photo student at San Jose State. Wow, okay. So he can take a great still shot, but did he have the alpha in him to frickin', command an audience of drunk guys?
Yeah.
Can he anticipate a shoot? Can he fix things when things go sour, or does he buckle? He's a kid. He's gonna frickin' buckle. So my point is, like, people just don't see the value in what I did. So that's why I only do it sparingly. But I'd rather do like engagement photos, some beautiful, sexy portraits, something, out of Eternity ad or a Calvin Klein ad, something cool and timeless. My favorite of all time fashion shoots are, and models for that matter, is 90s to me. That's my jam. It was the first time these icons like Cindy and Tatiana and Neil McCampbell and Sidney Crawford and Christy Turlington those were my, that's how I studied photo, is watching them do shoots. Every time I got a haircut, I'd grab an Elle magazine or Cosmo, just study the editorials, look at the catch lights in the eyes, look at the shadows, guess what kind of lenses he used, and it really inspired me to shoot fashion for a long time. So for 20 years, I shot a lot of fashion work, a couple different modeling agencies, and the girl I was dating was a runway, Melissa. I'm not sure if you met her or not. She was a runway model. She got me into the fashion part of it, and it kind of did runway shoots and editorial, and that was my favorite thing on the planet, because no two photo shoots were the same, and it really pushed me to be creative, and that's my favorite thing of all time. So sorry to be long-winded, brother, but editorial, like a fashion shoot, whether it's a aspiring model or some guy who wants to, have some really cool photographs for his CD cover, or or his, inside the CD, the liner notes, whatever.
Yeah.
But CDs no longer exist. Or just someone who makes headshots. It's just fun, just people.
Yeah, it's fun. It's good because you can, when you're doing those things and working with people, it's a collaboration as well. The energy that you get from the subject matter. You know what I mean? It's like a tango. It's like when I do when I've done worked with a model and a painting, it's completely, it's like a comedian to the audience. It's like right. It's a necessary component. Like I one time did a portrait of this friend of mine. Oh shit. Hold on.
Your friend of mine's got a fucked up name. His name is Oh Shit.
No. Hold on. This is gonna take me a second to get you back on this. Hold on. For a second. That's what happens when where are you? Hold on. Give me a second.
It's all right.
Hold on. Let me find you. I have to find the right thing. This happened before. Because the oh, there it is. Nope, that's not it. Hold on. Oh boy. Zoom. There you are. We're back.
All good.
Yeah, I don't know when my fucking iPhone synced up to my fucking MacBook, but it's annoying. I gotta figure that out.
Don't get me started on Bluetooth. What a shit technology that is.
You think it's bad?
Oh, okay. Example. Some days you can't get your stuff to jive. Okay. Other times it just does it by itself. Sometimes you can't force it. You try, turn it on, turn it off, hard reset, nothing. Whether it's a Bluetooth speaker or your car, right? Other days you get in your car, it's by itself, does it by itself. You're like, fuck, really? So it's just odd because to me it seems like it's on its way to be antiquated, because we haven't had any Bluetooth technology. Like, it's been the same shit for what, 10 years or more? Why does somebody and stomp them and have a better technology, say, call it, maybe a better company that just, it's flawless and awesome, and it's just so weird how it seems shitty and archaic to me, but that's just me. But I digress. Where were we? We were talking about
we're talking about
your art.
Oh, just it's the working with models or subjects, and then they giving you the energy to bounce off of.
Sure.
And I did one a long time ago in Venice for this woman, and she was topless. She's a friend of mine, and she was commissioning like a nude painting of herself, and and she was on her cell phone the whole time, and it was really tough too because she wasn't engaged to the idea. She was just like, and so the painting came out. It did a photorealistic, but it was like she did not like that painting. And she sat me down and she goes, "I will pay you to paint over this." And
Wow.
and have nobody ever see this painting. But it was because I did it great. She looked just fucking like her. But and it was more realistic than usual.
Now, why didn't she like it?
I think
Did she take it in a negative light? Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe it was too realistic.
Okay. How did it make you feel though when she said that? How did it make you feel as an artist?
God, I don't even remember. I was like, probably not the best, but also it's her painting, so it's a commission piece. So but it was some of my most realistic work, I think. But I don't know. It was strange, but we're still friends. But it was like, yeah. So I painted another painting. But anyways, I think did I take a picture of that? I don't think anybody ever saw that painting. It wasn't bad. It just looked like her. Anyways, maybe too much. So are you planning any trips in the future, or how's that?
Absolutely. I've always got something, but
Yeah.
I live. Dude, I don't know, but I just I don't live to work. I work to live. And for me, I just got back. And just to cap things off, you were asking me earlier, we're getting sidetracked here, and that's a beautiful thing. I love that we can, for us to be sidetracked.
We're zigging and zagging, baby. And dude, this bottle is like huge. I don't feel like I haven't even barely touched this bottle, and I'm kind of getting a good buzz going.
What'd you eat today?
Me and some friends went out
That's
to
cigarette.
we went out to Bob's Big Boy.
No shit, there's still one out there?
Yeah, there's one in like Tahunga or something.
I gotta go. I'd love to go
It was
there.
packed. It was packed because I'll put a picture of us, some friends. I'll put it up. But we took a picture in front of the Bob's Big Boy. But it was like, the writer's strike is happening, and they so I guess apparently, I don't know if he wants anybody to know, but there's a certain famous comedian talk game show host.
Okay.
That threw down their card at the Bob's Big Boy, so any writer can eat there for free, included tip. He's tipping out too.
That's insane.
Should I say his name?
No, I was saying hi to my neighbor.
Should I say the guy's name?
Give me his first name.
Drew.
Huh?
Drew.
Drew?
Yeah. Wheel of Fortune, not Wheel.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's nice. So the place was like packed. It looked like a fucking who's who of Hollywood there. It was fucking hilarious.
Good. That's a beautiful thing. It'd be more beautiful if they didn't publicize it. They just kind of like.
No, he didn't publicize it. This is he didn't tell
anybody.
But maybe I didn't say his whole name yet. I didn't publicize it.
Yeah, there you go. So,
but that's very nice. So it was packed with like all these it looked like because we were talking about AI as well, because that's like everything that's consuming everybody's talk right now. Thoughts? How do you feel? Like, this is just the beginning, right?
This is awesome. What did you order, by the way? What'd you have?
I had the 2 eggs over easy with sausage, hash browns, crispy, with an egg McMuffin, or English muffin, an English muffin.
When should I schedule your bypass surgery?
Oh yeah.
I love their burgers. I don't eat meat that much these days.
Yeah.
I love meat, bro. But I love more. Personally,
the sausage wasn't worth it. It was kind of. I was like, I should because I had bacon yesterday too, which is a bacon jerky that they have now.
Pick your battles, bro. Pick your spots.
I know. I don't usually ever eat.
10 days.
I don't ever eat like that.
Yeah, but no, I love bacon, bro. I love meat. I do, but I like more. I like this thing here called the heart, and I like my health more than meat.
I know. I don't do that. I'm not gonna do that tomorrow.
I eat a little bit of meat. About every 10.
That was it. That was it. I think I needed the protein or the punch.
Yeah.
But yeah. So with AI and
Travel.
therapy, we just keep on doing the things that we're gonna do no matter what. So that stuff. But it will be interesting. This is Hollywood. Do you hear that?
I did not.
Let me see.
Oh yeah, helicopter. Yep, I see it. He's looking for you, buddy. He's looking for you.
Can't
He's
find
circling you.
me. Can't find me. Can't find me.
Anyway, so travel. So really quick after Germany. So Belgium, Amsterdam, Netherlands, Belgium, Germany, went into France, went into Champagne country, and then I went to Paris. And honestly, I was so disappointed. The work strike, it was disgustingly filthy. Homeless everywhere. It was starting to look like a Tenderloin, some areas, you know. It was so gross. I'm like, I was supposed to be there 3 or 4 days after one night. I'm like, fuck this, I'm out of here. I bounced. It's changed. I've changed since the last time. I was there in 07. I was 30 something. I've changed a lot. I just didn't feel anymore. So I went to Lyon. Apparently have a relative there. My ancestry didn't I'm trying to get my results on time so I couldn't look up the relative that I had there, you know. And then from there I went to Switzerland, Geneva. That was really cool. Got to soak my feet in the lake. Went around a couple towns and villages, and then came back to Lyon just for an hour, and then went down to Avignon, south of France, which was freaking awesome.
Nice.
Avignon is next to Rhone Valley. And then after a couple days, I went to Barcelona.
How was Barcelona?
What's that?
How was Barcelona?
It was fantastic. It was my first time there.
Is it touristy? It seems really touristy.
It is, but I went in March and it was still pretty bad because it's after COVID. So normally it would be perfect, right? It was still packed because people are itching to get out. You know, they've been locked down for a couple of years, you know, and
yeah, they're
so it's like the floodgates are open. I'm like, oh, okay, well, a lot more crowded than I thought. But as I get older, bro, I have this healthy dislike, this disdain for like crowds, you know. I'm like, get me the fuck out of here, you know. So I bounced, went to Rioja, maybe. Went to Rioja, and so I went to funny 4 wine regions in Europe. I went to all begin with R. So Rhine Valley, Germany, Raz, France, Champagne country, basically. I always get the pronunciation very bad. And Rhone Valley, which is near Avignon, south of France. And then Rioja in Spain. That's about 4 hours west of Barcelona. And I flew out of Barcelona.
Are you shooting a lot of pictures when you're over there?
I did. I'll make a website. I'll give you a link soon, probably about a week. I post a lot of stuff on Facebook, but a lot of it's Nikon, most of it's iPhone, but the big images, like the big files, I'm like, can't post those until I shrink it down.
Yeah.
I have some software, but it's limited. So I did include some of my Nikon photos, you know.
Do you think you'll ever do 35 again, or like what's that nice? I love that one that is like a box, you know, 3/4 inch.
Yeah, there's that, and there's a 220.
Yeah.
Like a Hasselblad or a Pentax 220, whatever.
Yeah,
I don't get into. It's just too much. It's the workflow is different, you know. Like if I do 35, if I do film, it's got to be 35, you know, because it's just simple and easy to archive. But I'm not sure if you remember this, but in 04, I started the leg book. It's basically women's legs around the world, you know.
I didn't know that.
All kinds of legs, mostly great legs, because to me, they're the most intriguing, most interesting, you know.
Well, that and the feet.
All
You gotta talk about the feet.
All, what's that?
You gotta talk about the feet as well. That's a whole thing.
No, it's not a foot fetish. I'm just doing a leg book around the world, basically.
No,
and I mean, 04, that was a different world, you know. It's been almost 20 years. And so
there's nothing wrong with feet.
That?
There's nothing wrong with showing the sexuality of feet.
Oh no, of course legs include feet, you know. I'm not just gonna chop off the leg and not feet, you know. But if you go to, you know, my Instagram and you'll see it, you know. I'm gonna do an earlobe book next, just earlobes.
Yeah, just earlobes. Yeah.
They're so sexy.
Yeah.
I try to give it work.
You heard it here first, people.
Right.
This is a Brett's with
I
Friends.
try to shoot for. I usually shoot for back in the day before my mom passed. It was like my whole philosophy was like, if I could show my mom, like I want to be classy and sexy and beautiful and alluring, But my whole thing about what's too much, like
yeah,
if I could show my mom will love it. That's like my favorite thing. If my mom loves it, that's like my favorite audience. My grandma's conservative. She'd be like, get cochino, like, oh, how dirty, like, grandma, stop pouring its legs. But my grandma was so conservative. My mom was a lot more art. She loved art. She loved movies, and good stuff like that. So it's slow down, but I'd like to shoot for 1 or 2 more years and then publish a huge book, a big coffee table book. But for now, you can see it on Instagram at the leg book.
At the leg book.
At the leg book. And you'll see snippets. You'll see like, probably 10 different countries I've shot in, and I love doing it. It's fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
I mean, granted, when I'm doing a leg shoot, I pull back and say, okay, now I'm going to do a headshot of you for your benefit, a head to toe shot that you can use for your portfolio or for whatever you want, any promotional thing you want to use. And then now I'm going to zoom in on your legs, and you're going to do a different static pose or a moving pose or whatever. That'll be for my book, which goes under lock and key. So that's that. So I wanted to mention that because you remember that, and I did an exhibit back in 2008, and I probably sold maybe 8 images, which was, really cool. When you can sell images, that's really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
it is.
Woohoo!
But that's a whole different time too. Like I'd love to do a coffee table book.
Right.
That'd be fun, right? I think self-publishing and all that stuff, you can do that more readily now. I might put that together.
I had publishers not lined up, but had publishers where I would approach when I was ready, and I honestly have enough, pieces, enough material. I just, like my best friend said, he was Hob, the last frame, when you click it, you'll know I'm done. It's ready, So
yeah.
I'm not putting a time restraint necessarily. So back to your question about travel. Yes, I'm going to travel again, because when I got back, a friend of mine left me a really cool meme on my Facebook page when he saw my photographs, for my travels. And it was so poignant because it's something along the lines of, when I come home from traveling, I don't find myself refreshed and ready to put my nose, through the grindstone and work my ass off again. No. I feel myself yearning to keep traveling, and I developed this healthy suspicion that this is not what I should be doing with my life, Like, in other words, like you travel and you come home and you're like, shit, I get what's called, I call it self-proclaimed post-vacation syndrome, where you get home, from the moment I land in San Jose, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here? Or whether it's SFO or whatever else, like, what am I doing here? Like, I want to be back there. I'm not homesick. I don't miss home. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't be traveling. If I could be a full-time traveler, I would. Like, I don't have.
That's the dream, is to keep on traveling, and that's the dream. You want to work and travel at the same time. You can, like, I can make a painting or anywhere in the world that I want to. Right. I don't have to be here. But I'm here right now. But like, I'd like to leave the country now that I don't have dogs anymore. Like, I'm freed up to do.
Cosmo was awesome, bro. I miss Cosmo.
I know, you're right there at the end there.
I shed a tear, though. I cried, man. I get really emotional with pets. I do.
Well, that was a rough one. I would think I came in we're kind of like it's kind of a odd, but you held the space, which I really thank you for that, because I didn't quite know what I was doing as well.
I kind of knew, bro. I just didn't say anything because I've had so many dogs. We grew up with, dogs all the time, But your little dog, she didn't like me. Remember, she bit my lip.
Plus, didn't like anybody.
But
I loved her so much. But maybe we'll get some video of those guys and put them up. But yeah, Celeste was she had a warm up to you. She had definitely she was an alpha female for sure.
No, I think she was just a bipolar Gemini.
You can call her a bitch if you want.
No offense to anybody who's Gemini. She was crazy. She was
No,
crazy.
Loco.
She goes, don't you know that I'm loco?
Loco. I love Celeste. Celeste. Yeah, that was
I didn't love her, but I liked her.
I
Cosmo
know.
I loved.
Yeah. Yeah. Cosmo is just the sweetest.
Dude, I let him sleep on my bed.
Yeah, he's the sweetest.
Yeah.
I think, in hindsight, when they're passing and all that stuff was happening, it was like, you always wanted, there's a lot of lessons being learned. You're learning in finality and
Absolutely.
mortality and lessons, and it all comes like down to that, moment.
It's a constant reminder, bro. Death, whether it's a human or a pet, it's a constant reminder that, life
That's
is
a deep cut. That one was like a deep cut. That was like, wow.
Bad hair day.
And like ushering in, like I saw him leaving his last breath, and he was in the car and just got him back out of the vet.
Yeah, because you left my house and it happened on the way out, right?
No, I went and hit that place. I drove.
Oh, on the coast.
Don't you remember I had actually come back because I forgot my cigarettes? Or anyways, I forgot I accidentally took your keys.
That's right.
Yeah.
Have my car keys. I'm like, dude. But God, bless you for like getting that within. Imagine you're halfway to LA. I'm like, oh fuck.
No, I knew it was a clutch. It was a clutch maneuver for sure. But and then I was out of my sorts too. It becomes very chemical reaction. You're chemically reactive. And you're operating on instinct and like, on a different level. So I wasn't really. I feel like it was. Anyways, it has a lot of different things, but the lessons a dog can teach you are very valuable, and they can stay with you for the rest of your life.
Absolutely.
And those guys will always live in my heart.
Well, say there's always be. So, dude, I want to talk about you, man. I've been hogging the mic here. I know I'm the guest and all, but what's going on with the Buffalo? What are you creating right now? I know you're always creating because you're an artist. An artist never stops creating. I'm sorry. An artist. You're always an artist, right? Either creating or you're not. So what are you doing right now? What are you working on?
Well, at this very moment, I'm working on this podcast. And I'm trying to sell some paintings. So if anybody wants to buy some paintings, go to brettwoods.com or find me on Instagram, brettwoods22. I'm just painting. I've been selling. I'm trying to, I'm paying rent over here in LA temporarily. I'm feeling the bug to travel as well. But I'm just doing some work over here, try to sell some paintings, get back over to Oregon, and reconvene there for a bit because the drive up is very beautiful at some point.
Yeah.
And
after you get past Reading, it's gorgeous.
Don't you dare stop in Reading. Do not. No
offense, Reading people.
Do not stop. There's a point from like Fresno to Reading to Sacramento, you gotta fucking beeline that shit. You cannot get stuck there. I went to Motel 6 there and fucking maybe Fresno, maybe, I don't know, man, it was a shit show.
That's funny.
I don't know where the fuck it was. I was like, it was nuts.
Central Valley, it's all the same shit. Visalia, Fresno, Bakersfield, whatever. It's the same shit.
I'll take Bakersfield over that shit, dude. I'll take Bakersfield over that.
Home Depot, and then your whatever, like that strip mall central, like Starbucks drive-through, Jack in the Box, every fucking estate, every major highway
it's nuts, dude. It sucks. It sucks. It's a shit show. It's fucking stupid.
It is. But you know what? We need it because that's where we get.
No offense to the people living of those places.
No.
This is nothing to say bad about you.
All to the earth. That's where we get all our food, our lettuce, our arugula, our tomatoes. I mean, all that gold that we eat comes from Central Valley. So we gotta love it. You just don't want to live in it necessarily.
No, you gotta get past that shit quick. You just don't stop. But creatively, I'm just trying to kick out some more paintings. I'm thinking about some ideas for the Buffalo stuff. But I'm printing out some stuff. People want me to do shirts. You got some shirts.
Thank you for, my God, fucking awesome. Love my shirts.
Thanks.
I comment on them all the time.
Well, I'm going to do more, but I just the amount of work it takes to make them, and I do them myself. So it's kind of like it's a super pain in the ass. But you have to zen into it. I like the process of it, but then people don't want to pay. Everyone wants to pay $20 for a shirt.
Yeah.
Basically, the bulls out
Dude, you're so talented, bro. It's like people.
I gotta make them like when the next ones I do are gonna be like $100.
Exactly. Support an artist, like you know what I mean.
No, once you do that, I'm gonna start making shirts, Buffalo shirts, and I gotta merchandise it somehow. I want people to buy my artwork through this, but I like not having too much because ultimately, if they just buy the paintings, I'll be fine. You know what I mean? So,
I went to the other, but the painting you made for me, by the way, oh my god, you know my thing. It's a hobby Libra thing that I have. Like I only have one tattoo. Can't reveal it.
Is it on your Where's that?
It's Famunda, okay? No, it's not Famunda. It's above. It's between my belly button and my junk. It's a Libra symbol, and I'll send you a photo sometime.
All right. What's
PG-13?
Hey, you gotta tell me the painting that I painted for you. What's that? Can you send me a picture of it?
It's amazing. So it's
Can
got my colors.
Can you send me a picture of it? I'll put it up on the screen.
Sure, I can't right
Not
now.
a second. No. We're doing the thing about edit it in.
So because you know it's got my colors, it's blue.
Yeah. Okay.
Green, brown. Those represent to me sky.
Yeah.
You know, forest, tundra, and then earth.
Yeah.
So in that order, you know, like blue. That's like my thing. It's always been my thing is blue, green, brown. And you did it. Oh my god, dude! I was like blown away. I was like, holy shit, this is amazing.
Yeah. Thanks for doing that. That was great.
No. I probably can't.
No. Well, I'll just send it to me after the show.
Yeah. But no, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's gonna go. Right now. It's in my man cave. You know.
Nice.
It's basically your bedroom when you come over and visit, and then I'm trying to find like the perfect home for it, you know, but I took a photograph of it.
Fine. It's way
really nice.
It'll come around and come back when it wants to. Yeah. When you want it to.
I saw the beautiful cubes that you gave me years ago. The cubes, they're really cool.
Oh shit, man. You got some crazy send me a picture of that too. Shit.
They're fucking awesome. When people come over.
You got a cube? That's
they're freaking awesome. I have two of them. They're badass.
What?
Yep. The hat you gave me, I don't wear it, dude, because it's like you know, it's like that straight. It's like this big old huge. I'm look like a
trucker hat. It's a trucker hat.
Yeah, I like my hats a little more contour. You know, whatever. It's like this big old. So I have it on display, but I don't wear it. You know, because it's like the big old huge. It look like Frankenstein. You know.
Yeah.
And my dome's already funny enough as it is. I need to accentuate it.
Do you ever get over to Las Ganas at all, or Santa Cruz, or San Jose? Do you ever go visit over there
at all? While, you know, if the wind takes me there, you know.
Because like remember how fucking like we remember like when do you remember when they were building the Apple building in Mountain View?
Oh geez, a freaking eyesore.
Yeah, well the cube, you know that this is when they were doing the ads of the billboards with the iconic like John Lennon and Mahatma Gandhi and all that.
Imagine that.
And what it changed and looks like now. Yeah. Like it's like crazy, right?
I didn't foresee it. I'm like, okay, it's kind of cool. I think they built it to look bitching from space. That's it. It looks awesome from space or a drone, you know, like it's kind of, I don't know. To me, there's so much fucking ego behind it, which then again, that's a lot of stuff, you know.
Well, Hewlett Packard and all that.
I'm sure it has a green footprint because it's Apple, and I'm sure they're like, hey, look at us. Look at what we're doing, you know, we're awesome, you know. And, you know, don't get me wrong, I love Apple, their products. It's like a love-hate thing, you know.
Yeah. Well,
shit, you know, like, but
crazy. It's just a beginning.
It's a love thing, whatever, like any tech company. But that's my right brain speaking, my artist, my creative side.
Well, we like our technology, that's for sure.
Yeah, we're on it right now. You know, dude, this is the first time I've done this, bro. So I'm glad. Hey, everybody, I was a blog or whatever you call it, YouTube virgin until now. So
wow. Well, yeah. Cheers to that.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers. If people are still here and listening, then they're making it through the show really good.
Yeah, I didn't bore you to death. If you didn't hang yourself, if you did hang yourself, I apologize. You know you can't hear me.
Dubé or not Dubé? No Dubé. You know the things that clean your asshole in the toilet? Dubé or not Dubé? Have you ever had one of those?
Dude, if you can clean my ass and I get a little tickle out of it, frickin' I'm all for it.
All right. Yeah, they got one over here at the house. It's like
even though I have a tattoo on my ass that says exit only, you know. Yeah. But joke. But yeah, I mean, dude, honestly, hygiene. I mean, we're one of the few countries. No, not one of the few. I think there was a interesting factoid out there. I don't mean to get Cliff Clavin on you. It's funny, all the millennials right now, they're like, who's Cliff Clavin?
Real clip of Cliff.
Is a lot of countries have them, and for whatever reason, they've just started to kind of gravitate, kind of like taken off in the US, And I think people with more high-end homes who are designing homes are like, oh, this is an option now, You can clean your brown eye with, it makes so much sense, right? And how much less toilet paper you need. But anyway, dude, this is going downhill fast. Change the topic. But also adds entertainment, right? So
True.
Entertainment value.
It's like the future. I think everyone's gonna have a bidet or whatever. Everything's changing. Like did you see that like Mikiko that I always butcher his name, that theorist and futurist. He did a thing talking about quantum computing and how that's gonna basically be the next step and the evolution. It's gonna change everything. It's gonna be fucking like with the cell phone. It's gonna change everything, like quantum computing. And
hey, just so you know, bro, I'm still on iPhone 8. Don't ask me shit about tech.
Oh, I thought you were a tech guy.
Oh, dude, I've never been a tech guy. I mean, I know enough to be dangerous. I can do Photoshop. I have a laptop, and I know how to sync it with my shit. I know I do what I need to do, and that's it. Beyond that, I don't tinker. I don't. I've never been a tech guy, bro. I mean, I'm flattered that you think that of me, but no, not so much.
So what do you
not so much?
What do you think about how you see technology changing from when you were in high school, and then you did those different variations of different visual stuff? Like you've seen the different leaps in photography and media, and so yeah. What do you think? What do you think is happening?
Yeah, I think in the medical industry, it's freaking fantastic. Anytime you can do things that are going to help people, I mean, who am I to assess and judge? I'm not.
No,
God,
it's just an observation.
I think for me, if it helps people, that's awesome. I think that what I don't like is it's probably easier to tell you what I don't like. I think there's great things. It's again, being a Libra, I kind of weigh things out like pros and cons. Okay. What I don't like is that this assumption that here it is and there you go. I'm like, don't assume the whole fucking world is tech savvy. Okay. Just like when I see menus, I'm like, hey, asshole, see the specs? They're reading glasses. Even with my freaking reading glasses, I still can't read that shit. You're using like a -0.6 freaking font.
Oh yeah.
Like how freaking not everyone has sharp. I used to do in my 30s. I had 20/16 vision. 2018, it started in my 40s started to decline, which is funny because all the boys in my family, perfect stellar vision, shitty mediocre teeth. The girls, perfect teeth, shitty vision. Like, thank you, God. I'm a photographer.
Well, thank God for that. But there's a joke. There's a solid joke in there somewhere. Let me meet them. They might like me.
So I don't like okay. Let's take TVs for a second, okay? Like big screens. I just fresh my mind because I just kind of invested in I bought my brother a new TV, and I was leaving it on too often. I burnt out the old one, so I felt inclined to replace it. And so
were you using the TV as a screensaver?
No, kind of sort of, but
people do that a lot.
What I'm trying to make is that DVDs, for example, they're kind of dying, whatnot, but like Blu-ray, okay? Blu-ray, sure, it sounds better. I'm watching this movie called Rush with Mr. Beautiful Man, freaking not Hercules, whatever, a Ron Howard movie. Daniel, German actor, and then the Thor guy, the brother who can act, not the shitty actor, but the brother who can act. Come on,
I just want to
Thor.
let you just flail. I just let you just flail the right.
Whatever. Yeah. I can flail. I can flail.
I
the
like
best-
the flail. I
as long
like
as I
the
got my wine in
flail.
my hand,
I like the flail.
I can flail at the best of them, mate. As long as I got me wine in my hand, I'm good.
Are you talking about like a Hemsworth?
Or fucking the brother actors. One's a shitty actor,
Hemsworth.
older brother.
Hemsworth. Hemsworth.
Yes. Brother can't act for shit. Bigger brother, awesome. Anyways, him and Daniel Buell, German actor, great actor. About Formula One, phenomenal movie, but it was brand new, the highest NTV with what do you call it? Blu-ray. Holy shit, my eyes are just like, I'm like, oh my god, it's like shooting 5,000 frames and when I'm doing a photo shoot, my eyes get so tired.
See that? Oh fuck yeah!
Stay with me here, bro. Stay with me.
No, I'm staying with you. There's a fucking giant military fucking thing that just flew over.
Look at them and say thank you.
No, they're doing a great job.
So 10 minutes of the movie, I'm like, fuck. Dude, this doesn't look real. It looks like anime meets Sony photos, Sony pixels, and like, it's just this whole fucking thing. I'm like, dude, turn this shit off. My friend's like, dude, I can't watch this. I'm like, me neither. Like, so I literally rented it, the DVD, a week later on Blu-ray. I mean, not on Blu-ray, just a regular one, all right? Now it was perfect. It's like, oh my God, this is beautiful. Now it's good. My point is, I'm like, okay, at what point do we say it's sharp enough? It's lifelike. It sounds great. I think we've hit that plateau in a lot of ways, you know? I mean, gee, where do we go from here? 3D? Like, get those stupid glasses? No, thank you. Or maybe what? Have the fucking actors come to your house and act it out in front of you? I feel like we bottomed out with like technology TVs, you know? Now they're coming up with these gimmicky shit like fictionite chip technology, you know? For an extra $400, your TV will turn on 1.5 seconds faster so you can get to your favorite fucking show. It's like, it's just asinine to me, and there's so much marketing, and I've always been the kind of person I've always had a good bullshit filter marketing, anti-filter thing, whatever, to weed that crap out, you know? I guess what I'm saying is I've never been like that conformist to like just say, oh yeah, it's the new thing, get that, you know? Like, no. So to me, technology has a lot of bullshit behind it, you know? Just like anything else. So that's all.
Yeah, well, if anyone's gonna make money off something, they're gonna make as much money as they can from it. So
let's remake a shitty movie 8 times, you know? I'm like, part 4? I didn't even know there was a part 3, you know?
oh, dude, don't even get me started. Dude. They're fucking. Oh, now we're gonna sound like old men. Now we're like back in my.
Dude.
No, but no, we knew this was gonna happen. The recycling of shit. They've been doing this shit for fucking ever. They've just retrofitted it.
Right.
Like they nucleared it.
Exactly. And meanwhile,
they went nuclear with it.
Absolutely. And meanwhile, there's so many great, talented writers out there that need to be heard, you know?
Of course.
That need a chance, they need opportunity to just get their beautiful art out there, you know, and with all media of art, especially, but writers in general, like I feel like during COVID, I'm like, why are they starting to charge for these movies that were free before COVID? I'm like, really? I got to pay for this movie from 1994 or 2002? I'm like,
yeah, but
why?
they don't get the residuals probably.
Exactly. I'm like, hey, I'm sorry, you're only making this douchey producer.
That's what's killing us streaming because they don't get the residuals.
Right. Hey, we're only making, you know, 50 billion this year, not 100 billion. So we need you to pick up the slack and pay for our shitty movies, you know, regardless of what they came out 20 years ago or 2 years ago, you know, or new release. You're like, no, that was past the theater, went through DVD. That was 2 years ago. It ain't a fucking new release. And yes, yeah. I do sound like an old man right now, and I'm embracing it.
What's the last
good fight?
What's the last good movie you saw in the movie theater?
You know, honestly, I saw Top Gun in the movie theater because it's movie theater. You want to experience that, you know, that beautiful cinematic experience, you know, that you feel and see.
Yeah.
And honestly, I walked out like, wow, that was 10 times better than I thought it was going to be. You know, Tom Cruise getting older, God bless him, still a badass. And, you know, it was well written, and Val Kilmer, it's a beautiful story. They did it well. Of course, you know, you had that big slice of cheese that went with it, you know, to be expected.
That's what you want. You want the
It was
cheese.
great, it was great
want the
watching
cheese.
with my.
If they didn't have the cheese, it wouldn't be fucking Top Gun.
Exactly.
That's what you're paying for. You want
Yeah,
the cheese.
and it was perfectly cast. Miles Teller is a freaking badass actor. He's a great young actor, very talented.
Yeah, I don't see what the girls see in him. I don't know. I don't get it.
No, he's not conventionally a hot dude. I don't need to see what they see in
I'm
him.
just kidding.
Wow.
I'm just kidding because
But-
apparently every girl wants him. So
Really?
yeah, he's got like a big.
Yeah. Dude, he's loaded.
He's supposed to be
good
pretty
looking,
sexy.
he's now he's ripped. But I
Oh,
was a
he's
fan of his when he was pudgy, you know.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
so
I
like
was like, remember me when you're a little bit pudgy.
sort of like Kristen Pratt or Chris Pratt.
Totally. Yeah,
Yeah.
and look,
But-
yeah, Chris Pratt's great.
Why do I not like him?
What's that?
Why do I not like Chris
I
Pratt?
love the guy. I like him because he's like your bro down the street, you know, or the guy you work with. He's just a likable, real dude.
Oh,
you know?
for
He's
some
not like-
reason he's not likable to me.
really, I like him. I think he's cool.
But he's probably I hear he's the greatest guy. I guess it's because he kills all those animals.
He seems like a good dude. He seems genuine, you know. And
But
that's
you
all.
know, he was also broke with like Anna Faris, and I really love Anna Faris.
Oh, dude, love
So
her.
if Anna Faris blew him off, then why should we like him?
Dude, who knows? Only they know, you know. There's his side, her side, and the truth. Anna
Who
Faris.
cares?
Oh my god, dude. One of my favorite movies, comedies with Ryan Reynolds and her. Ryan Reynolds, Anna Faris, and Just Friends, Christmas movie.
I haven't seen it,
She's
but
a freaking riot. She is amazingly funny, and Ryan Reynolds was great in that movie. But back to Top Gun, it was better than I thought it was going to be. The cinematography and the editing was top notch, and dude, Jennifer Connelly, oh my god,
he's gorgeous.
she's freaking, oh my god, she's amazing. She's timeless. She's
She
absolutely
is
timeless.
a beautiful woman.
So, lady, you got a job?
No.
Well, then don't knock ours.
Crime isn't a job, it's a sickness. Whoops. Anyone have some change?
Remember, we were teenagers around maybe just after Ferris Bueller's. Career Opportunities was one of her first movies. I think she was a Rocketeer later, but she's riding a horse, and she
Yeah,
has
it's
this
with
like
Frank
white
Whaley.
heat on with John Cryer and
And Frank Whaley's in that too. He's
oh
the,
yeah, and sorry, is it Quayle or Cryer? I always get it mixed up.
Frank Whaley.
Frank Whaley. I always get this mixed up. You know, you can see why, right? John Cryer, Frank Whaley.
Frank Whaley is a very interesting actor. I met him really briefly on the Doors shoot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was in the
That's right. Okay. Yeah.
a great guy, but he's kind of pinned out a very weird, like odd, like career. Like,
yeah.
he gets work. It seems like
but
he
you know,
gets work when he wants to get work.
Here's the thing, though.
You know, he played Brett.
You're Brett, right?
Yeah.
I thought so.
What's his face killed him? Samuel L. Jackson killed him in that Tarantino movie, and he played. His name was
What again, motherfucker? I dare you. Say what? What
Yeah,
country?
his name
They
is-
speak
you know-
what in this country? Yeah.
His name was Brett in that video.
This is a tasty burger. May I taste some of your? May I have some of your beverage to wash it down? Yeah.
Yeah, the slur.
I'm sorry. We're talking about your good intentions, dude. I love that movie. I gotta rewatch that. It's been a while.
Which one is that again?
Pulp Fiction,
Okay, yeah.
not the porno called Pulp Friction. The actual movie called Pulp Fiction.
Oh, there's a difference. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, big difference. Yeah, dude, we can talk films. You're talking my language. I can speak movies. I can speak cinema.
I'm dipping. Well, we'll talk cinema, man.
days on
I,
end, bro.
hey, if you, I'm just drinking with you, so I still got half a fucking
Hey,
bottle.
dude, I gotta pee, so we got another minute or two.
You want to pee? Do you want to pee and
Yeah.
come back?
I could.
Okay, so what? We take a pee break, and we'll take a pee break.
Look,
and we'll
I'm
come-
outside. I go like this. I'm gonna pee.
Okay, let's come back. All right, I'll pee too.
Okay.
So this is a garage store interview with Moksha. What do you think so far? Can you give us like 30 seconds of good notes for how to do one of these things? Or
Yeah,
what
it's pretty good. I've put in about 10 hours of work and I made $12. So I'm winning. That's over $1 an hour. And I've met some really great people. I met this wonderful crystal meth head this morning. She had a bloody mouth, but beautiful, beautiful eyes. Beautiful eyes. And I know that because I told myself, just look at her eyes. Don't look down. Do not look down towards the mouth area. I gave her some things for free.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I just broke a new record. Seriously.
Whoa, that was good.
Yeah, all that
All right.
vino.
We're back. Woo!
The wine, brother, is really shining now. It's got, see, it's been about an hour. That's a sweet spot. You
Oh
put a
no,
bottle
we've been over an hour for sure.
in about an hour, but I'm saying the wine tastes better, does it not?
That's just good. It's great.
Just more approachable. It's just more showy, It's
Well,
just
I've been making out with those wine for an hour, so yeah, we know each other very well now.
Me too, just without the tongue. Anyways, brother, dude, this is a blast. It's me first time. If they say the first time is not the best, well, for me, it's awesome.
Oh, this is great, right? It's super casual. It's not Hollywood.
I'm glad it was you, bro.
Ah,
That might have sounded a little rainbow,
yeah.
So I can't say gay because I'll get in trouble. But I said, I'm glad it was you, bro. My first was with you.
Oh yeah, I broke your
little rainbow.
I broke your cherry.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
It didn't hurt or anything though. It didn't hurt.
No, it's like a small weenie. It's not that.
So, anyways, I'm gonna be down soon, man. We'll have to get together.
Yeah, we gotta check. Actually, I heard about that thing that I'm checking on you. I talked to that guy.
You did? Okay.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about it off camera.
Yeah, I need to do some reading. But back
But
up.
since we were doing deals.
I know, like some illegal deal.
So the Bay Area. So yeah, I want to do some camping in Santa Cruz coming up. I love
Santa Cruz, bro.
What's that?
Better in Santa Cruz. Let's go to Sierra. I'll take you to Sierra.
But Santa Cruz is fun. I get to sell in downtown too.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, yeah.
And I do like the granola girls there.
Got it.
I do like the
I like it
sensibility.
too.
I mean, I do like that hippie fun thing. Bang.
I love all women. I like James Bond. I love all women.
I do too. I'm not saying I don't love all women, for God's sakes. But
You're saying you like in Santa Cruz,
girl.
you like the granola girls,
I'm not saying like armpit hair like crazy. I'm talking about like,
Yeah, someone gets armpit hair, bro. That's offensive.
Is it?
No, joking.
I can't even grow any myself.
Fake woke.
Yeah.
Remember, bro, just because you're offended doesn't make you right. Remember, people, just because it offends you, it doesn't make you right.
True. There's a lot of life is offensive.
Grow some fucking skin. Jesus.
The fact that we're even here is offensive.
I know. I just said, grow some fucking thick skin, people. Jesus criminy. I'm like, oh, I shouldn't say Jesus. I shouldn't say that either.
You can say Jesus.
I just heard someone, I'm not sure where I heard it, but it's even got a jungle gym. No, it's not a jungle gym. It's a structure. Like, really? The word jungle is offensive? Really? Are you shitting me? Yeah. Why are we so
Where
worried
did you get that? Where'd you get that? Where'd you pull that
I
one from?
forget where. Maybe a movie. Maybe I don't know. Maybe a freaking.
Don't believe the movie.
An earworm from Facebook. I don't freaking know.
Yeah. Well, technology in life is changing very fast, and now we're living in the future. So this is just what it looks like. So it's gonna be everything is off the rails.
Guys are gonna be flushed out in no time, and that's okay. That's okay.
Oh, you don't think the humans will survive?
Well, of course not. Eventually, they're gonna die off. Dude, everything dies off.
What do you mean? What's death?
I mean, okay. For example, Big Bang Theory. Okay, I'm not even go that far back. Okay, dinosaurs, right?
What's it like to die?
Dinosaurs died off, right? Okay,
No,
George Carlin.
It's a hologram. It never existed.
There you go.
It's not real.
We're just a moment in the vortex. No, George Carlin, I love his take on things. He talks about like how we're so temporary. Like we've only been, around for such a short time, and already in a short time, we are killing our host. But at the same time, we have this thing called Earth Day. And this is I'm paraphrasing. It's George Carlin, not me. Don't get offended, people. But he talks about how like every year we have this thing called Earth Day. Let's recycle and which is totally for it. Recycling and just, the low impact you can have. It starts within yourself. Like you do the best you can. Don't worry about what others are doing. And if you can be an advocate, be an advocate. But he basically says how the conceit we have that we can put that we're a threat to the earth. Like the conceit we have, it's conceited to think that we can threaten the earth. No, the earth has been through worse than us. It's been through ice age, been through tectonic shifts. It's been through earthquakes. It's been through floods. Global warming, reverse of this, whatever. However he puts it. And so we'll be long gone. We'll be just a memory. The earth will start over. It'll start fresh with a different mutated species. So it's interesting to think about because we haven't been on this planet for very long. And so in 5,000 years, who knows? It's just, we don't know. No one knows. We can speculate, but we don't know. And dude, I can't have this conversation any longer unless I have some weed. And I haven't smoked weed in years.
Do you have some weed?
I have some weed a friend gave me. It's in my sock drawer.
You want to roll a joint?
It's probably molded. What's that?
You can roll a joint if you want, or get a pipe out and smoke.
I'm just not a big. The only time I smoke it, honestly, is when it has to be high CBD.
Yeah, I'm sure you're a sativa guy. You don't want indica.
Yes, thank you. It has to be high CBD, and it has to I'm just one hit guy, and I'm good. I'm a microdoser. Give me one hit, once in a blue moon. If I'm camping with my friends, or for me, it's okay, we're camping. I'm playing. My friends are playing guitar. I could play a little conga or a little cajon drum. Campfire. I'll take one hit. Kind of be more creative, and break some of those barriers, so to speak. I love that, but maybe a second hit later on down the road, an hour later. But I have friends who they smoke an eighth in one weekend. I'm like, I'd be fucking dead, because I'm a total lightweight. So for me, I just like to take the edge off a little bit, and I'm good. I don't need more than that. But when I do it, I gotta be in a cool, fun environment, So I guess I don't do it at home. I don't do it on the streets. I just do it camping or at the beach one night,
Yeah. We gotta get you on some mushrooms.
Done it twice, maybe three times. Again, microdose. I'm all about my small microdosing.
Dude, I went over they got some really nice spots in Joshua Tree where people have these Airbnbs that are all fucking.
We're going. You and I were going.
You think you want to do that?
Oh no, we're going. When I come down, we'll get a rental. We'll go down there. We'll shoot the shit. Yeah.
I know this spot. If we can get it, it's built for mushrooms. It's built for that. So it's at night there's a wind that comes through the horizon of the night sky with the fucking disco lights and shit. It's fucking nuts. Not disco like they're blinking off and on a lot, but they're just lit really pretty.
Sure.
This is jacuzzi. I think I spent about. I think I watched the sunrise.
A hot tub.
A hot tub.
Not a jacuzzi. Jacuzzi is a brand.
Yeah, hot tub.
Fucking hot tub.
Yeah, a hot tub there. I melted into the hot tub because I was also in Mali as well. And
holy shit.
And I shot a little video of it too, just the perspective of the water with the sun rising and the glistening of the jacuzzi. Anyways, yeah, there's some fun spots out there.
Right on. It's such a, California's so diverse, bro. We have everything from like almost glacier, like the big beautiful mountains that never freeze, and then we have.
I feel like I need to have more good
desert,
times.
Below sea level. We have everything in California,
I want to have more good times.
For sure.
I want to have more good times. All about it. Because I went to that Fish concert a few weeks ago, and I was like, it took me a second to get rid of the muck, of life. It took me about 45 minutes to get the off, and then I was like, oh, I should be doing fun stuff all the time. Life is
what you just said reminds me of okay, my ex-girlfriend loved the movie Eat, Pray, Love, and I admit I fucking love that movie. Julia Roberts, Richard Jenkins, brilliant, underrated actor, and Javier Bardem. What's not to love, right? And anything to me in a movie that involves self-discovery and travel in the combined, I love that movie. but I will literally watch it for the one scene with Richard Jenkins. Kind of, he goes on this little diatribe about like opening up to the universe to Julia Roberts. Okay, and I can't even paraphrase it, but Richard Jenkins, he's such a brilliant actor, so underrated, so underappreciated. He basically talks about like, you're thinking too much, open that mind, and when you do, boom, it's like you're not gonna know what hit you. It's just the world's gonna come into your mind and your heart and just blow you the fuck away, And I'm not doing anything like, just again, I'm paraphrasing, but that one scene, I can watch the movie, and when that scene's over, I just shut it off because I try to like, incorporate that into my life, like just let go of all the bullshit, and it's hard sometimes, because depending on how you live, your lifestyle, but it's such a beautifully done movie, Of course, the relationship element is good too, and of course, Bali, the Italy scenes are freaking awesome. It makes you want to travel, and I love movies like that. It just makes you want to travel.
Yeah, well, travel's where it's at.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
and guess what, bro? Not everybody loves to travel. I have people like, oh, I can't wait to get home. I'm like, really?
Some people like their creature comforts, man. People want their.
I'm not judging, not knocking them. It's just to each his own. But
you're just paying for a box to sleep in.
Yeah, but you know what though? Here's the thing though. I'm not a family man. There's people who are family people who I get it. You're married and
but you don't like
kids. Awesome, I get that. But I'm a single dude, and so I'm like, yeah. So
it's good not to have kids.
I've never really had that maternity gene like that. I love.
No, I really wanted to have children for sure. But it was like I saw what I was brought up with. I was like, I would never put somebody through that.
Okay.
Even though I would have been an amazing father.
No, you totally would have been. I could be seeing
kids or get along like fucking.
Absolutely, and you'd be a great dad. You'd be a great dad because you're a great teacher and you're an artist. You'd be an awesome dad.
Yeah.
For me, it was like.
Hey, it's not too late, ladies. I'm taking resumes.
There you go.
Chaplin had babies till he's 92.
Hey, this is my boy B. No, for me it was about if I meet the right woman, and we both can have them, and we both want them, then absolutely. But I was just never the kind of guy to force things. Like to me, like I've always just thought that like A, B, C, D. Okay, A is dating, B is long-term relationship, C is.
Well, I just never wanted to have. I never wanted to put a kid through what I went through.
Okay, but for me, it was stages.
Sensitive. Sorry.
Like I can't go from A, being single, B, dating, C, relationships,
kids,
or marriage, and then D, kid. Right? I can't go from A to D. If I have A, B, and C, I want D, which may be kids, but I can't go from A to D. That's my methodical mind. That's kind of how my mind is, But some people are like, "Oh, I need to have kids no matter what," and they find a donor or a husband or a wife, whatever, and then they want
so many people on the planet, though. There's also that thing,
And there's that too.
Do you want to give birth to a child that's gonna grow up in this wacko place? But then they would say that probably in the 1920s or the 15th century or fucking Rome or fucking Neanderthal. They're probably,
Let them go through Spanish flu. Let them go through bubonic plague. Let them get gunned down in the 1800s. But no, it's always
let them get killed and raped and fucking murdered and shit like that. You want to bring somebody
5% left, by the way. 5% left. So I got about 5 minutes left.
Okay, so we're gonna wrap it up.
No, I have my battery says 5 minutes. I just got to notice.
So we got 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's wrap it up.
A lot of damage, baby. A lot of damage in 5 minutes.
Let's
start chugging. Okay.
Okay, listen, because we haven't finished. Do you want to plug in? Do you want to plug it in?
What do you mean?
Plug in your phone.
I'm up the hillside from the house.
Okay.
I'm using
one. Yeah, so let's use these 5 minutes preciously, and if you go blank, we'll end it there. All right.
All right. Sounds good.
So let's talk till the end.
That is art, my friend. That is art.
Well, we try. I'm not gonna chug this beautiful wine like it's like a soda.
Yeah, it's really evolving. It's really changing. It's really nice.
I don't want to waste it. I got dude, how far are you in your bottle?
What in high school? Remember in high school, you're like, oh, comparing. Oh, I'm beating you.
I got
I'm halfway done.
You're halfway done? I got a quarter. That's not bad. I think we were keeping it pretty loose and fun. So in the Bay Area, don't go through Reading. Okay, don't do that. If go through Reading past Sacramento. Okay, so those are just helpful tips. So like being a fast and free single dude in the Bay Area, do you now that you're of your age, we're probably the same age. I just turned 54. You're probably 53.
Yeah, give or take. 52.
52. Oh man, so old. How do you want to go about like just travel, sell wine, do photography? Like, let's sum up the rest of your life.
Well, I'm not sure if I'm taking time off, so I'm taking a month or two off after I got from Europe, just to kind of get my health back in order. Not that I'm unhealthy, but I'm not playing ice hockey, and I'm without an activity. So I've never been a jock, but I've always been athletic. I've always been doing something.
You move.
Yeah, I move a lot, and I'm very active. I like to hike and backpack and stuff like that. But right now, I'm without activity, and during COVID, I try to come back to ice hockey when they open things up again. And after a year and a half off, dude, my first day back, within a minute, I was on the ice. I started doing, my little warm up drills, just slow, taking it, just taking it slow. And I slipped. It just felt like Bambi. I fell and I freaking tore my MCL. Within the first minute on the ice, I was like, shit.
Holy fuck.
And the funny thing is, to add insult to injury, I got helped off the ice by these two little 12-year-old kids who were so sweet and well mannered.
Oh, so now you're the old guy on the ice.
Totally.
And you're
like, are you
adults
right?
Totally. Right?
These guys my age were speeding by me saying, dude, suck it up. Dude, come on, dude, you got this. Get up, man. I'm fucking screaming. I'm screaming, dude. I'm screaming in pain. And you want to help me with these two 12-year-olds? I'm like, are you okay, sir? I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm like, no, it's broke or torn. It was bad. I heard a pop, felt a pop. And so.
Oh, you hear that shit.
I was doing this, the two 12-year-olds, carted me off the ice. And I was like, where are your parents? I want to hug them and kiss them for raising you kids right. God bless you kids,
Wow.
So I took that as a sign of you know what? The sign from the universe is, Javier, you're done. No more hockey. Part of me's fighting it. I'm like, yeah, but if I get back in shape,
you can just start working out, do some cold plunges and shit like that. Like do some.
No, I'm not a meathead. I'm not a big gym guy, dude. I like to get fit through activity. I'm not a big
I'm saying, but like you could do that to relax some muscles. Do you ever do acupuncture?
Twice in my life. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Are there moments in your body right now that are in pain?
No, I've been pretty healthy. I'm a big advocate, a proponent of eating extremely clean. Like last 5 years, I've been kind of like 90% vegetarian, meaning like, hey, when I'm craving meat, I'll eat salmon, I'll eat chicken. If I eat meat, if I eat beef, I spend a little more money to get grass fed because I want to know what I'm eating. I want to know what I'm consuming because everything you eat accumulates, To each his own, everything accumulates, right? So by eating clean, I'm kind of in control of my own destiny, So I picked up the last 6 months because I went from last time I saw you, I was 205. I'm down to 190, 191. I want to be like 185 is my target weight.
That's it.
Where I look healthy and I feel healthy.
You see what I'm doing? You see what I'm doing with that?
Yeah. Don't go anywhere tonight, bro. Order in.
No, I'm not driving around this fucking town. This is fucking Hollywood. You fucking
right.
You bring provisions in.
All the trolls are out. So
we have a Cure concert that's happening next door. It's the last night of the Cure. I tried to get tickets.
Nice.
I tried to get tickets, but it's not gonna happen.
I'm not a big Cure fan. I'd rather see Duran Duran. They're gonna be here next week.
Dude, come on. Don't even get the Cure. Come on. Those guys.
I like 3 songs. I like 3 of their songs.
Which ones? That's a lot of threes is good in the world of
like 3 songs. I can't think of the top of my head, but
Pictures.
Of course, Enjoy the Silence is their signature. That's like their stairway to heaven. That is like their all time. Who doesn't love that song?
Pictures. Anyway. Come on. Did you ever go to that place in San Jose called One Step Beyond?
Of course, dude. I remember that shit.
That was the Mecca.
Yeah.
That's where it all happened.
Yeah. So really quick, closing out the health thing, bro. I'm eating
Oh
clean.
yeah, sorry, I digress.
I'm gonna close that out. I'm eating super
We,
clean.
we can finish if we do this right. We can
You
finish.
can do it. 3%.
Okay, so this is
I'm eating
this is
clean,
it.
dude, and I can feel. Here's the thing: my tendonitis in my arms, since eating like 95% like organic and greens and like vegetarian, not vegan necessarily. I indulge in cheese. Wine and cheese. That's my Coke. That's my fucking crack. Okay. So I try to be as good as I can personally for 10 days, so that like if I want to eat a steak, I want to save up for it. Like, hey, Javier, you've been eating so clean for 10, 15 days. You basically can enjoy a good steak, grass-fed, fucking organic, some good shit. I'm talking just me, right? Because I have high cholesterol.
I hear you, dude. That's what I'm the same way.
It's hereditary. Now, mind you, I have a good friend who eats steak 5 days a week, dude, for 20 years. Low cholesterol. Me, it's hereditary part of it, But you can reverse it by just eating clean, and I want to feel good and look good and like be healthy. And how Darren, I forget his last name, a guru who wrote a book on health. It's like, organic's so expensive. It's so expensive. Like, well, you can either pay a little more now, 10% now, or pay 50% later with the hospitals and doctor bills in 10, 15 years, So it's about picking your battles, It's about having enough willpower to say, you know what? I want to fucking feel good and look good, I'm getting older, and we got to do everything we can to like be healthier, And so, I wish I was like Mick Jagger or George Burns, who can smoke and fucking do drugs and eat whatever they want till the age of 90. And which comes to the whole point of like, whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Well, yeah. I think all the Stones did, the Rolling Stones, all those drugs they did, it preserved their bodies. I think it preserved them. So I should have did more drugs.
But, they've eaten the best foods, the best desserts, the best pussy
Doctors, healthcare,
man could ever want to be ingested.
Oh, good point. No, I'm sorry, good point. Mick Jagger, I was pouring wine at Levi Stadium doing this private gig a couple years ago. Mick Jagger just had heart surgery. No joke. It was like something freaky, like 6 or 10 weeks later after heart surgery, he's on stage doing his thing. Are you fucking shitting me? Dude, that's insane, bro. I mean, the guy's a freak, but that's what makes Mick.
Well, he's Mick. He's his probably his soul is supported by his fans. Like even like Rod Stewart, he loves his fans. His fans are everything to him. That's why he tours, because the fans want him to.
He's in my heart. He's in my soul. He's in my heart.
Have you ever? I saw a Rod Stewart concert on mushrooms.
Really?
Yeah,
Did you think he was sexy?
I thought I knew every song. He was sexy. One of the screams out. It's sort of like nostalgia though. It's like seeing anyways, Rod Stewart's Rod Stewart. But like it's like seeing like I don't know. I know concerts can be fun around a lot of people given the right circumstances.
Absolutely. That energy is amazing, Brett. And also to know that like when you were kids, you and I were kids, when you grow up parallel with somebody, like, okay, you're a kid, there's Rod Stewart. You're a teenager, there's Rod Stewart. We're in our 50s and there's Rod Stewart. There's something to be said about growing parallel, not a one-hit wonder or burnout. To me, it's like Clint Eastwood, okay? When he dies, it's gonna be like my mom and dad dying. I'm gonna sob like
that's gonna be tough not to cry
for days, dude, because
it's part of your DNA.
Yeah, he was your babysitter. He was your inspiration. He was everything,
Everything but loose.
Whatever, but you grow up parallel with somebody's career.
Every which way.
It's mind-boggling, we live in a beautiful world, bro. That's all I'm saying. I'm an optimist.
No, you're right. You're right. You should keep the optimism.
World, it's a beautiful world.
I'm trying to be an optimist. Do I seem like a negative person?
No, of course not. Well, okay. I think after you and I have had a bottle of wine, yeah. But no, for the most part, in general, we're both fucking.
I'm trying to get back to that child. It's there. I talk to it all the time. Do you talk to yourself?
Internally, yeah, not out loud.
Really?
Maybe in the shower when I sing.
Really?
Internally, Yeah.
Never out loud.
I reminisce a lot. I think about the future. I think about the past. I'm a romantic. I kind of like I cover the gamut. I guess. I try to at least for me.
Are you doing any dating sites?
I went after. It's funny because after I broke up, my ex and I broke up. I went on Tinder and I hadn't been on it since like 10 years ago or 8 years ago before I was single. Now we had broken up a couple times. In those 8.5 years, I was single for 6 months here. We took a year off there, but this was, this is permanent, and it was amicable. She's a sweetheart. I have nothing bad about saying about her. She's an amazing person. Love her dearly. And I know she feels the same way. But okay, so point being is that Tinder, when I was on it the first time, I'm like, yeah, you met some cool people, and it's a hookup site. Yeah, if you make it that, I want to meet somebody who, I want to hook up with every night, not one time. Because dude, where's the fun in that? Like when you're in your 20s, you're like, oh my god, I hooked up with this girl. Like you get older,
it's more random. Like,
yeah, I don't want a one night stand. I want like a 1 year stand. Like at least date for a year. And so.
You can is a 1 year stand? Is that because I would have been married a couple times if I knew that you could get divorced. Like there's a couple women out there that I really loved.
Oh, we all have, bro. We all have them, right?
Immature. I was too immature to understand what was happening. And
you
then
you might have been too immature for her, but
no, the women that I went out with, I've been out with, have always been smarter than me. It's always the case, and I love that.
As artistic and creative and talented as you are, give yourself some credit, buddy.
Well, I'm a maniac.
So are they. You just didn't see it yet.
Yeah,
Am I right, folks?
I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to understand how to be in a relationship, but like also the freedom thing is a nice thing.
Sure.
So that's what the thing. People want their cake and eat it too. I get it. As we get older,
natural thing, I think, yeah. But
it's like whatever. It's like what?
I'm just not into forcing relationships. So the whole Tinder thing was way different than it was 8-10 years ago when I tried it last. But after we broke up, I was down, suppressed. I missed her. I was lonely.
You're not a robot.
So I did Tinder not with the assumption. I didn't want to date anybody. I needed a distraction. Like I wanted a good distraction. Like flirting with girls. Having fun. Whatever. Didn't want to hook up with girls. I just wanted a distraction. I wanted that female vibe in my life.
Yeah.
So I went on it. I was like, after 3 days, I'm like, oh my god.
I mean, sex is fun.
90% of the profiles are fake. 90% fake scammers. I'm like, really? Especially Russian and Asian girls. I'm like, okay, my window is like 36 to like 35 to 55 is like my window. Like I can vibe with younger women. I can vibe with older women. But to me, it's about the soul. And so just that good equilibrium. I've always said, it's not about me, it's not about you, but rather an equilibrium of two. So I search for that. So to elevate one another in a relationship. So Tinder was a fucking disgusting disaster. I'm like, oh my god, this is what we come to, really? Catfishing and like scamming and like, give me your number.
It's almost like after you get through jerking off from porno.
It's so bad, dude.
It's like I feel so ashamed.
It's horrible.
Shame.
And then I did the match thing after I deleted Tinder. I did match for so Tinder lasted 4 days. I'm like, fuck this. I don't care that I paid $29, member.
You paid for it?
Yes, I did. I paid for it.
God damn it. I don't want
to be a fucking cheapskate. Oh, this guy's got a free membership. I want people to know I'm serious, But now that I know.
Wow.
Dude, not through speculation, but through experience. That's how my father raised his kids. Yeah. No things through experience, not speculation. Okay. So did the Tinder thing. Even people say it's a hookup site. I think, it's what you make of it. That was back then. Now it literally is a shit show. It's just a company living off their laurels, making money. It's horrible. Fake profiles, maybe some employees.
So maybe we can get back to a point where we meet people and
match. Got on that a little better. Met a girl for a drink, hung out. Super awesome girl. Lied about her age, which like 1 or 2 years. I don't know. She's way older, and a raging alcoholic. a sweet person, but
How do you say that? Why? What made you think that after one date?
oh God, because uh, well, when you show up to a date and you're already drunk,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, she
and
had
then you want to
tattoos.
order four, you want to order four more, and
She had
then
flabby arms.
it's a Tuesday at like 4 o'clock, and then she goes, "What are you doing this
Does she
weekend?" I'm
smell
like,
like
"Oh, I'm doing this
mezcal?
now."
Is she smell like vodka?
I'm not judging her. I'm like saying, I'm like, you know what, I don't want to use the word alcoholic, but just party vibe wise, I'm not 30 anymore. I'm not 20 anymore. I'm 52. I'm like, I don't need to, go down that path anymore.
Was she hot?
Yeah, she's pretty. She's cute. Yeah, I wouldn't go out there if she wasn't attractive, vice versa. So now I'm just, I'm not even like on any site because you know what? I'm like, people don't want to have a conversation anymore. You can't even approach someone on the street. Like I met Eka. Oops, shit. I met my ex-girlfriend at Safeway. Didn't plan it, she was.
That's what love is, man. Love is like that.
If we met naturally, right? I just met
I
her,
like natural.
Nice to meet you. And like
In the wild, they say it.
right, but no one wants to meet that
Wow.
way anymore because people want instant gratification. They want to be hit over the head with like
I don't know.
affirmation.
It's a weird thing, right? We're living in a human experiment, dude.
It's weird, So it's like dating is a lot harder, and especially at our age, bro. It's a lot harder.
I just don't give a shit anymore. So it doesn't matter. If it's fun, it's fun.
That's a good attitude. No, it seriously is.
Well, that's why I haven't got laid in like fucking 4 years.
Dude, we don't need to go there, but
it sucks.
So, long short of it is,
maybe 3 years. I'm expanding. It's probably been
good. Why? Here's why. Don't try too hard. Just my whole philosophy is like
try it all.
Have fun. Meet people, have fun. Something happens, great, but don't force nature. For me, personally, don't force nature. And I do okay in life, but I'm not going to attract the hottie girl all these guys want because I'm not wealthy. I'm not ripped. I'm not in awesome shape. But I'm happy who I am. I'm happy who I am, and I think it's important to.
You probably could get ripped though if you wanted to.
I don't have the energy or the fucking. I don't have the narcissistic personality to do that. I like who I am. I like to be more fit. Don't get me wrong. I need to go to the gym, twice a week.
I'm not bouncing on you, dude. You look great.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that, bro. So do you, man.
I could do better.
We could all do better, buddy. We could all do better, no matter what,
I'm trying my minuscule little lifetime here.
Anyways, so yeah, right now dating, I'm like, yeah, I'll get around to it, but it's not my priority right now. I want to, for my birthday in September, I want to go to Hawaii for the first time. Never been.
You never been to Hawaii?
I've been in like 15.
You're gonna fucking flip out. Which island?
Never been to Hawaii.
Which island you going to?
U.S., but I've never been there.
Which one?
I said I've been to 15, 20 countries, but I've never been to Hawaii.
Okay, so which one?
It's not a country. I'm saying I'm not traveled there.
But you will go there, right?
What's that?
You're gonna go there.
Yeah, eventually. But my whole philosophy is, look, when you're young, go to the furthest reaches you can while you still can. When you're old and you can't move as much and you're losing your faculties, then fucking go see the touristy shit in your own country. We can take a tour bus, where you can take a senior tour or a boat cruise. I want to go to Kilimanjaro and fucking Machu Picchu, which was amazing, by the way, to hike 30 miles up to Machu Picchu, which was a life-altering experience for me.
I took the shuttle.
Hey, you were there. It doesn't matter how you get there. Just get there. But my point is, do that shit while you can, while you're young, while you still have your faculties and some physicality. The shit that you can't do, like the Grand Canyon and Mount Rushmore and Statue of Liberty, do that shit when you're retired, because that's my philosophy, but whatever, If I go to New York, sure, I'll take a stop and go see Statue of Liberty. But I just think do what you can when you can. Do the most challenging shit first. And in your halcyon days, as you wind down, do the fun, easy shit, and just buy the RV, buy the, just.
Is that what it comes down to? That's the dream, is to just get an RV and just like.
For me, yeah, fuck yeah. I'll get that now,
I know. It's such a funny place that we have on this planet. It's so weird.
By the way, we're at 1%. We've got any second now. So
okay, so check this out. Like, the idea of like, have you ever seen the map of your life, and then they have a where you were, see it as a map, right? and see the trajectory of how many different points you traveled to, how far did you go outside and come back to where you came back to? It's like when you map out, when you visualize all the places that you've been,
Sure.
and you and see if you were to map out where you went during that time, what does that look like?
I haven't done it yet, but you know what?
But visually,
The
just
Bay Area is it's gonna look like Mama's womb.
but that's the epicenter. That's in like, but like visualize it as a painting or like a map, right?
Sure.
So your life on a map, and how far did you spread out from the origin of that?
That's a good question, brother. You know, I've been to South America, Central America, Western Europe, and all over Canada, but I've never been to Alaska. Never been to.
But isn't it fun to even?
The shape would be. Hold on. The shape would be. It would be just really. It'd be like a 3-year-old drawing a Star of David. You know, all fucking crooked. Not symmetrical by any means, and that's a beautiful thing. But spiritually, no matter what it looks like, I'm gonna say it looks amazing. You know, I'm gonna
But
say
isn't it fun to look at the actual the
lines,
footprint of where you
absolutely.
traveled to, and where you came from? And some people never do that at all. They'll still be in that like radius. Not
Right,
like
you know
a bad
what?
thing.
Good thing. There's a lot of people who don't live. My dad had the travel bug. Of the 6 kids in our family, my dad said, "Son, only you, your sister, and one of your brothers have the travel bug. The other 3 don't." Guess what? They never left the country barely. You know, and I definitely was one who got the travel bug. One of 3 of us out of 6, and my dad's brother, he would always say, in Spanish, "Por qué no tiene chiste voyar?" Like, translation, travel, what's the point? I'm comfortable with my TV and my remote, you know? He was happy as can be till the day he died, you know? He actually outlived my father by a year. And my dad was a very hardy traveler, go, like, you know, myself. And so, it's, you know what? His footprint was this big. My dad's footprint was enormous. But in the end, they're both happy. They both lived a good life, a solid life, had a beautiful family. They were loved and they loved other people. So, you know, I think the most important thing, brother, for me is just being true to who you are and loving your fellow man as much as you can. That's pretty much it. You know?
Yeah, I mean, like when we become dust, when we become, you know, oh yeah, man. When we become like when I got my colonoscopy, and I saw the blackness of the reality, like when you're
Seriously?
out. Yeah, like the blackness of like when you're out of your body, and I got a little PTSD. Not post. It was almost like sad in a way, but like accepting. Yeah. What? Hold on 1 second. Come up, and I think the gate's open.
Hey, we're filming over here.
Resume Shakota in the house.
We're filming over here.
Can you reach over? I'm in the middle of a podcast.
Yeah.
Here. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna lose you, bro. I'm gonna lose you, I tell you.
1 second. You got it? Okay. Sorry, Pete Shakota is coming in to.
All right.
World famous actor.
Let's wrap her up, shall we?
We shall. But the blackness of that thing gave me like maybe you want to say hi to the people on the Zoom? This is Pete Shakota, actor.
Boy.
Friend Javier from high school.
Javier, how's it going, man?
Come on, buddy. Okay, not to sound racist, but it looks like you fucking know kung fu. Because you're agile, fit, and you move
That's
really
not
well.
racist.
Yeah.
I was on Power Rangers. I played
There you go.
Undying Ninja on Disney Plus's.
Stickety stick, Wolverine.
I'm also Sector in Mortal Kombat.
There you go.
That's all I do.
Yeah, he's a working
Brad, this reminds me of Bill Burr. He goes,
fucking
"He's not
Canadian."
racist, but insert fucked up conversation.
Dude, I got models coming over after the Cure concert. I just shared one. They're coming over.
Really?
Yeah, goth model. Fucking got
Do
here.
they like
I'll be
mushrooms?
over in 2 hours.
They're gonna be here right after fucking.
bring wine.
They're coming over after, like she's going to the Cure. She's fucking
Right on.
I just jumped out with them. She's going to pick up.
Words are very unnecessary. They can
Gotta go
only
get some beer.
You gotta go get some beer.
Good to meet you, bro.
I'm not coming with you. I gotta edit this fucking thing.
Who else is?
Yeah, edit that part out.
Vince.
Edit out my singing for one thing.
Jesus Christ. This is
I'm awesome in the shower, but otherwise I suck.
What's that?
I said edit out my singing.
No,
I said,
you should, no, we keep everything.
Out of the shower, I suck.
Less editing, the better.
Yeah, sure.
But I'm sure you're a wonderful singer.
No, I have a powerful voice, but don't make it good. Again, great in the shower. Out of the shower, I suck because in the shower, I'm my own audience. I sound amazing, and I like my voice in the shower.
There's a white noise too.
Javier, shut the fuck up. All my friends are musicians. They're like, dude, you have a powerful voice. You need to learn how to sing. I'm like, well, that's everybody, you know. Like, no one's. If you want to sing, you have to learn how to sing. You know, it's an instrument.
You develop it. It's like everything.
Learn how to use it. You know. So.
Are you? So you're a good singer?
No, I'm a terrible singer, but I have a powerful voice. I got projection up the yin yang, but I just don't know how to use my voice because I don't want to be a singer. And yeah, here. Let me pour you some. Put your glass out.
Thank you. Thank you. Don't spill it. Thank you.
Dude, I gotta pee again. But good thing is you're gonna last probably another 2 seconds. Could be 2 minutes. I don't know.
So should we clip it? Should we edit it? Is there anything else that we should talk about?
Let her run out, I tell you.
Well, you know, I think we kind of made it solid. Is that German shit that you're speaking? What is that? Schleichen?
My own language. I'm not telling.
You're not telling?
I made up my own language, dude.
Are you a cult leader?
Maybe. Yeah, my wine it's called the Purple Teeth Cult. The Purple Teeth Cult. Purple Teeth. So what do you think of wine, bro?
This was a good Malbec. Though. I have to say, you know, I have to be honest with you. I didn't know if we were going to do the whole bottle.
I have no.
It was a goal.
I've never done this before, so you're in control, baby. No, you really only got one bottle? Because I sent you 2.
I only got one. But
That's
it's all
fucking
weird. But I'll take the second bottle tomorrow.
No,
well, tomorrow.
I'm gonna be down next month. I'll bring a case, dude. I'll bring a fucking case.
So,
of wine.
Do you think you're gonna want to do that?
Hear what I said I'll be down next month. I'll bring you a case of wine.
All right, I'll do it. I got people. I have villagers to feed. They must be fed their beautiful Malbec. That was a good wine. I gotta say, it does open up.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Diamond in the rough. It looks like a fancy bottle. It's not. I'm not a pretentious guy. I'm not gonna, look at me. I got this. Like no. Anybody can do that. But give me a bottle that's like under 20. That's really unique and good. And right. The thing I look for, B, is like.
No, that's good.
Varietal correctness. Okay. Yeah. You spend $20. First of all, smells tastes like a Malbec. Awesome. We're off to a good start.
I've been really drinking a lot of Malbec in my day.
It's a great value. It's a great value wine.
I guess I just didn't know what it was. I knew Pinot. I knew what that was.
Sure.
I knew Merlot.
Yeah. But
we're bringing it full circle. Do you see how we're bringing it full circle with the wine talk?
Something, baby. Something.
This is like pirate radio, but like better. Damn, it's almost gone, dude. What the fuck?
Words are very unnecessary. They can only do harm. I used the glasses enough.
You gotta dump yours now. I'm done.
I still have some in the bottle.
Damn you.
Did I pace myself, my lord? My
You
lord.
told me to chug it.
No such thing.
You did. I fucking rewind this.
Chug it, have a contest. I didn't. You win. You chugged it. You win, buddy. You win.
All right.
So yeah, if you're feeling good, I can see it. You're feeling good. Me, bro, I have this dubious distinction of I'm kind of an expensive drunk. It takes me a lot to feel anything. Like I do, honestly, I feel.
How's your liver?
Actually, really good. I got my markers about 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Traceable, yeah.
So
I think I'm 1% Irish. I think my liver is Irish. The rest of me is Latino. But no, I actually I check my liver every 3 years, and dude, now if I get the markers that say, dude, your liver, I'm like, okay, no more drinking. Once every other week, I would seriously do that, because again, I love wine, but I like this, and I like my health more than that,
I hear that.
Now,
Yeah,
if I'm
your body's
75
happy.
years old, I'm doing heroin, I'm doing crack, I'm doing everything.
Oh, when you're 90, or like just like there'd be like a free
Fuck
base
it, I could be like, yeah,
on the side of this road. No, you'll do it in
like
a
Ellen
controlled
Arcade,
way.
Little Miss Sunshine. I'm gonna fucking do fucking porn, all that shit. I'm 75.
Really?
Maybe not 75. Maybe 80. I'll start doing everything. I'm doing heroin.
I don't think you should do porn at 80. That might be you
Doing
might have missed a
porn,
boat on that.
you know what I'm talking about. Whatever.
Oh, watching porn?
Little Miss Sunshine. I was all shooting up and shit like that. He's grandpa. Like
Yeah,
at a
that's
certain age, you're like fuck it.
so
I'm
that's-
trying some shit. It's not detrimental to your life anymore. It's not like it ain't a detriment to your career or your family if you don't have one. So.
well, I think yeah. You should do anything you want to do in this life. You should do it. If you want to do crack when you're fucking 100, you should do it.
There's a great line by
I guess. I mean, but crack's a gateway drug, though.
Oh, dude, here's the thing about people doing that shit like meth and crack. It's like no one's life ever improved by doing meth and crack. Really?
But
So-
they do live forever.
No, they don't. They fucking OD.
A meth head will live forever for sure. Crackhead might die.
Chris Rock says a funny thing. He said, difference between an alcoholic, you still pay your bills, still go to work, maybe late, but you still pay your bills, you still go to work, you're functional. A crackhead's like, fuck this. I don't need a house. Sell it, buy more crack.
House.
Or something along those lines. Fuck it, I don't need a house. Crackhead mentality. Sell it, buy drugs,
Okay, well, so now I got to tell my crackhead joke. Do you know there's what a crackhead and a meth head is?
No.
A crackhead will steal your shit, right? A meth head will steal your shit, then help you find it.
Help you find it. Why?
Because they're a meth head.
I don't get it.
That's the joke.
Oh, because they're just always stewing and stemming, always being busy, and I don't know.
A crackhead, meth head is. Who knows
get
what
the
the
joke
meth head
anymore.
does?
I do not get it.
It's fine.
That
The,
guy didn't get the joke.
the 98 subscribers that I have will get it.
Except for this guy.
This guy.
Dumb guy.
Do you think you'll watch this podcast after we're done making it?
I don't want to see myself on video. I'm not that pretty. I mean, I
Do
have
you
a
think you'll want to watch it? Do you think?
yeah.
Do you think you'll share it with your friends?
Sure. Well, my family at least, they'll appreciate it. They'll appreciate it. No, I'll share it. I'll
I'm
share it.
sure your family
it
and
with full
siblings
friends,
will enjoy the hell out of this video.
I thought it was pretty fun, dude. I thought I've never done this before, so
I like a freeform aspect to it. It's chill, right?
Well, I've seen your Brett.
It's actually good to just catch up with you as well. So it's like a real moment, Hey, Peter, can you do me a favor? Can you grab me a beer out of the fridge, please?
Or Cerveza Fria?
Because we might have we're milking it now. But because you only wanted to go an hour and now we're on our second hour, I'm sure. Do you know that? You know that, right?
What's funny, dude? I'm swirling here, bro. And I know I'm a little
It's fun, right? It's fun.
No, I spilt when I'm swirling. I spilt.
Don't spilt.
Last time I did that was probably 20 years ago, where I doing this and I spilled. I'm just not paying attention. So go on. I'm sorry.
That's a good time. Thank you, Mr. Peter. Thank you so much. I would never ask that unless I was like
talking about?
asshole. All right, thank you. We're me and this guy are trying to wrap it up, but this is my friend. I knew this guy.
The matter, he's hanging on.
Come back in.
When you're at it, why don't you wipe his ass? Wipe his ass.
Again, your high school sweetheart?
Yeah, we were
Man,
sweethearts.
you could have done better.
Yeah.
I know. I've known this mofo since he was a little shit. He probably had any pubes on his penis.
Whoa, Jesus Christ!
Remember that time in 7th grade we had to take a shower and you were next to me and we're comparing our wieners?
No, we didn't do that.
It never happened, dude.
Mine's not working.
I would never compare
Our
my
generation
with
didn't
somebody
even
else.
take showers.
I was never that guy. I was like, look at this, right? Oh, that was it. That was it. That's the end of the show.
Oh.
His phone went out. Well, that's the end of the show. We milked the shit out of that. Let's end this fucking podcast. That's a 102 from Brett Woods with 22 on Instagram, brettwoods.com. You want to say goodbye to the people, Peter?
To the viewers out there, we'll see you later. Tune in again. Exactly.
He always tells me to smile and put on a happy face. When I was a little boy, everyone laughed at me. Well, no one's laughing now.